Shit.
This is Touchdowns and Tangents with Josh Hart.
Everybody relax.
And what's good, everybody? It's Touchdowns and Tangents, live from the Good News radio station. I'm Pete D. Camarillo.
I'm Kenneth Frank James Berry, a Rams fan.
And we're joined by some special guests here from the lovely Courtside Radio.
One of them might be. The other is just, honestly, just a scorned loser.
You're talking about D. Ford?
Alex, he's talking to you.
Only if the Celtics, give
Hell
away.
no, that shit ain't kosher. No, he ain't talking about me.
But yeah, man, they're also stars on the Sports Me app. Shout out to Alex Himes. What's good, man?
Shalom, it's good to be here.
And shout out to Mikhail, the point guard.
You forgot the marvelous, wonderful, terrific, great, the one.
I know you're not describing. I know you're not describing D. Ford.
I know you're clearly describing the majesticness and the synergy of Rams fans in this room right now.
Okay, this is why I'm here. Kenny, listeners, you know by now that Kenny is
The
not
streets
a
know
Rams
me.
fan.
You can't say anything.
People,
They know me.
his bandwagon
The
forms have
streets-
gone through. He's officially transferred. He's no longer a Chiefs fan.
He
He's
signed
now
his
a
free
Rams.
agency.
So I didn't know you
I took my
paperwork was
talents, to LA because I'm already here.
there. I feel it, but where your Raider gear?
what
You're
talent?
a Raider fan.
So much talent that honestly it trumps whatever the Chiefs did this year.
Hey,
Oh my God.
In radio, that's called diversion.
but when you become a Rams fan after they make it to the Super Bowl, it doesn't count.
I was technically okay. First off, as I've told Pete, none of y'all even remember that year that the Rams were like 7-9 and won
When
2
Mike-
playoff games, and Brandon Malamar.
Yeah, you don't even remember his name.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up.
He's
No,
lying.
he has a long ass
Full of
name.
shit.
His
You
name's
full of shit.
Brandon Malamar. He was a tight end out of Arizona.
No, I know who he
Can you say that
was.
again?
Hey,
No, hard it was for me to say his last name.
who was the
What's his
quarterback?
name?
Mark Bulger. Mike Martz was the head coach.
He just knows his
Torrey
sports
Holt at
guys.
the end of his career was on
The Scott
team.
Linehan days.
Leonard Little was first
Hey,
off, no.
I was
Scott
on-
Linehan never made the playoffs.
I was on the
I know.
episode earlier, and we did discuss Raiders and how the Raiders were going to be better than the Chiefs and all this. He's a Raiders fan.
And they have three first round draft picks, and you might lose your best players on defense.
But yeah,
They
man.
also have John Gruden.
But
so
yeah,
don't
man.
forget
In
that
case
it's
you've been
Gruden.
living in a fucking rock,
But
it's
Andy-
Super Bowl weekend.
Andy
Super
Reid-
Bowl week.
Andy Reid can't get it up.
The Rams are in the Super Bowl. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks. And of course, the Patriots as well.
Let's go,
as per
baby.
usual.
Boo.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Sour Chiefs fan. Get out of here.
So let's start off with you, Alex. Tell me why. Sell us non-Patriots fans,
On white
Patriots
privilege.
haters. No, sell us on why we shouldn't hate the Patriots in this game.
Look, I'm not going to preach by any means to not hate on the Patriots. I'm not going to be that guy. But I will say the one thing that's really cool that I've been trying to stress to people is this is the second Boston-Los Angeles sports championship series we've seen this year. Just from a standpoint of sports, that's freaking cool, man. Like, how many times do you actually get to say you've seen the same two cities play in a sports series, not just once, but twice in the same year?
That's a good point. Not a lot of people are hitting that.
And that's freaking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of outcome, that's just cool within itself. Because
Yeah.
Boston already has won this year with the Red Sox beating the Dodgers, and if the Rams happen to beat the Patriots, it's 1-1. Then it becomes a city rivalry.
Don't
which
say
is
happen
even
to be
better.
safe if Goodell puts in the card.
If a tuck rule happens,
Yeah, if Tucker will happen.
Shout out to the Tuck Rule. Thank you very much. But,
see,
starting it
that's
off.
what we're not gonna do.
Hey, at least he knows what's up.
You know
At least
what?
he can admit it.
Guess what? The Raiders are like that ex that I care about, but they're stupid, and I can't watch them sabotage their lives anymore. So I just leave them where they're at. I gotta move on. I gotta be happy too.
I got like 3 of those.
Hey, Rams, do not lose because Kenny will not be a fan anymore.
No, I will. Hey Rams. At least we're not the Chiefs.
Okay.
How
all
are you
right.
the second best team in your state, and the Rams already moved out of St. Louis?
All right,
we're
out
better
of
than
Missouri.
Rams.
All right, let me go to you now.
Uh-huh.
Point guard.
bro.
Didn't they lose?
What's up?
Didn't they lose, bro?
As a fan of a random ass team in LA, you got the hometown team in the Super Bowl versus the dynasty.
He's
Who
only
do you
rooting
go for?
He's only rooting against us solely because we just pounded the Chiefs into oblivion.
Like
Comeback
they pushed
win.
your shit in.
They beat us by 6. It wasn't a pounding. It was.
No, it
come
was a
from
slow,
behind.
methodical pounding.
We came from behind and
Slow
did the
method-
pounding.
It was a
slowly.
Tiana Trump pounding.
Something about
Daddy gave it slowly.
Tiana Trump.
Yo, we're never getting an FCC license after that. That shit was obscene.
The Chiefs got pounded worse than
Not as
America.
bad as the
Someone
Chiefs
get
defense.
legal on the phone.
No.
Hey,
you
hold
have
on,
a
legal?
point.
Okay, hold on, legal. Yeah, they said it's cool.
Bro, you are right. Like, honestly, the Chiefs got pounded worse than America's getting fucked by Trump right now. So let's just be real. There you go.
Okay.
We were trying not to say the F word.
And that's the non-brown
I'm
person
sorry.
in the room.
That's the whitest man in the
Jew
room.
in the room.
Hey, we can't actually say Jew in the room.
Hey, so the reason why they are going to lose is because
They're all gonna lose.
No,
There's
the
gonna be
reason-
apocalypse.
no the
Breaking
reason why-
news.
The reason why the
Tie,
Patriots,
Switzerland.
the Patriots are going to lose because
White
they
privilege.
won't be able to pound the Rams, and the Rams defense is going to play a lot like that Jacksonville defense did earlier in the season.
More like the Giants in the Super Bowl where they just play
That
press
too.
every
Bro,
play.
get the hell out
That
of
too,
here
but
before you get smacked.
I just think that they're going to
on
attack
my show.
them.
Shit.
I think that they're going to attack them that way up the middle with Sue and Aaron Donald, and then you have two, good corners on the outside. Remember last year when Patriots played the Chiefs, they didn't throw on Marcus Peters' side, so they know that.
Because the other corners were trash and getting lit up all day. Steve Nelson.
No, but
Hi.
Chiefs won that game last year.
Steve
versus
Nelson's
the
still
Patriots.
trash. I just want to say Steve Nelson's trash.
According to PFF, he isn't.
Oh,
But,
here we
Oh
go with the PFF.
That's repeat. That's repeat right there. But I just think that they're going to be able to score points.
Damn.
They're going to be able. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to, they're going to be able to make some passing plays. And I just think McVay is going to.
But for the record, the Rams, the team that used to play 20 miles away from your team, if they win,
And was more popular even when they were
you're not
terrible.
gonna be a fan of them, right?
Never.
That stadium's
I
still
like.
there.
Hey, I told you guys before the show that I would be at the parade with Chiefs gear on.
Come
I
on,
won't
you
be
gonna
clapping.
be that guy?
You're the
just
pettiest ex-girlfriend I have
I'm
ever
like,
met.
honestly,
Hey, I'm gonna be there chilling.
they're
Probably.
like a light-skinned future.
Hey, I don't have 8 kids though, man. Don't put that on me, man.
You got 8 pain babies.
Don't you put that on him, Ricky Bobby. It's some bad juju.
All right,
But I got Rams in the close game.
all right. Now let me go to the other special guest in the room, the one who's not on the mic right now. Shout out to Jackie, host of Ladies Night, one of the founding women of the Good News radio station.
Yes, sir.
So Jackie, let me ask you,
The Rams fan club president.
yes, and someone.
Inglewood Rams, not LA. Inglewood Rams.
What?
Oh, so she approved your bandwagon paperwork.
No, actually,
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm welcoming all Rams fans, okay? Because LA did not have a team for a long time.
talk your shit, Jackie.
So he is more than welcome to join the Ram family, okay?
And I have more Rams knowledge than most Rams.
So
fans.
on that note, let me ask you, what would a Super Bowl win mean? First to you, and then second, just overall to the city of LA, Los Angeles County.
I definitely think we need this. I'm also a Dodger fan, and if you guys follow the Dodgers, you know they went to the World Series 2 years in a row, and they
Nope.
let us down badly.
Kurt
To
Frazier.
Chicago and Boston.
So, and now we're up against Boston again.
Pray
So
for
it's like,
Kershaw.
I really, really, really think that this win would be great for the city. We need it. And to be honest, everybody's calling the Rams fans bandwagon fans. At the end of the day, LA has not had a team for so long. And yes, LA is a melting pot and is filled with people who are not even from LA, which they bring their love for their teams here. But I've been to New Orleans, I've been to Texas, and the vibe that I got there, the love, the unity as a team, I want to bring that here to LA. So I think if we win the Super Bowl, we'll start something, create a vibe like that's going to bring pride and to LA that we need.
You know who
Because
they
everybody
are?
calls LA so fake.
No, and here's why.
Like-
I appreciate your rah-rah and all that, but let's really talk about it. First of all, can we call them the San Fernando Valley Rams because they play in Thousand Oaks?
Shut your ass up.
First of all.
That's
and
what they
then
practice.
and then even
You're
before
dude
that,
really does
they paid
do
in Anna
grammar checks on all your.
No one
friends.
wants to be a
wait.
Chargers fan,
and then
okay?
they played in Anaheim for like 10 years. So like this
That is
whole
true.
heart of the city of LA
Facts.
is like okay.
Hey, Peter's
I
preaching.
guess
Wait,
I guess that really is LA because they don't even know where they're from and
But
they're
where
really
do
just
the
culture vulturing.
Lakers? Where do the Lakers practice? They practice over
Al
there.
Segundo
Exactly.
by the freeway.
So it's
I mean
the
by
same
the
thing.
airport.
What you're saying over your San Fernando
You know where
Valley.
the, you know where the,
It's the same thing.
you know who doesn't
No, it's
practice in
not.
LA? The Clippers.
Come on, you gonna tell me you consider Thousand Oaks LA?
No.
That's
the Valley,
that's
bro.
Simi Valley.
Yeah, it's Simi
They
Valley.
playing for Simi Valley.
Wow.
Hey, let me tell you.
Says the guy from
Clippers
the
suck.
IE.
Hey, the Ram fans like Kenny. They're just the Warrior fans all over.
Well,
again.
time
They're
out on the
just-
record. He said I'm a Rams
Oh.
fan. He said it. Whatever his punchline was, he said I was a Rams fan first.
Nah, because you're like the Warrior fans. People just popped up and, hey, baby, it's Warriors all day. Like, do you know who Baron Davis is? Do you know who Matt Barnes is?
I do.
Do you know who Adonna Foyle is?
Yeah,
Do you
Steven
know
Jack- that was the
Jason
worst
Richardson?
contract
We
at the
believe.
time. That
We
was the worst
believe.
contract.
Tim
But-
Hardaway, guys like that. So guys like
Jason
Kenny,
Richardson.
Let me tell you about guys like
I
Kenny.
said that name already.
Guys like
They're
Kenny,
pretty awesome. I know.
they're looking to be accepted by anyone that they feel that are winners.
Have
So
you met
the
me?
Rams started winning, and he's just like, my Raiders suck, so I'm just going to join them. Go back to being a Raider fan because
Or now he
All right.
considers LA his home and he wants to adapt to the team where he lives at.
Kenny, where
All
you
right,
from?
I'm from East Oakland,
Yeah, but
He's
now
not an LA fan.
but I've lived in LA.
Damn, he's getting hot.
he lives in LA.
Mikhail's
Wait,
gonna
wait,
take
wait.
his shirt
All
off.
Some
fans might be torn.
Are you
Why?
from Kansas City?
We got to get one thing clear, though. We got to
First
get
off,
one thing clear.
Pete
Can we all
loses his
agree?
shirt.
The freaking Raiders suck, right?
Right.
Yeah,
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Raiders suck.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like Joe
that's
Budden. I don't have any exes.
All right, all right. Let me go back to you, Himes. Let me ask you
Can I
this.
rebut what he said though?
First of all, no, you can get back to that later.
But I ethered him already. We good.
I'm a takeover though.
Let me ask you this. So
Ethan
first
was
of
better.
all, tell us how you became a Patriots fan.
Takeover.
All right.
And then second of all, what do you make of Patriots bandwagon?
Okay, so people would ask me and assume immediately that I was a bandwagon fan because I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. But my mom is from Boston, Massachusetts. My dad went to med school out in Massachusetts. My dad actually was the team doctor for the Raiders when they were out here in LA all those years ago. So I have like connections to all these different teams. But for me, I'm still a diehard Patriot fan because I was raised that way to be a Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins fan because of my grandpa Stanley. My mom's dad. She loved watching the games with him, so she watched the games with me and made me grow up with that sport.
And to be fair, with Boston sports culture, you can't just pick one team. Like if you're in for
No, you're in for everything.
you're in for opinion for.
But
opinion.
I'm very much aware that I root for LA teams to play super well. I want to see Boston and LA rivalry games because that's what matters to me. I mean, let's face it. Like,
Well, that's your family, right? I'm sure.
well, that, but also like everyone wants to see the Lakers and Celtics play. That's the rivalry in history that's set in stone that we all want to see.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
I want.
Okay, why are you acting like somebody who got snapped in Avengers?
This
want
dude
to
is
watch-
so petty about his
Talking shit
Kansas
from-
City Chiefs that
talking
aren't
shit
even his
from
home
Kansas
team.
City.
Okay, Star-Lord.
Sick.
He's Star-Lord.
I'm
He
angry.
was trying to call out.
Bro, he's Star-Lord. It's okay.
I'm angry.
Are you from Kansas City?
I'm mad.
He's saying he's angry with
Hey,
a smile
so
right
this
now.
is why.
Okay.
This is why I'm mad because I'm trying to not, have
Can
a crazy
someone-
outburst.
Can someone cue the James Brown?
The reason
thing?
why I'm
I'm
mad,
mad.
because we're supposed to be talking Chiefs Rams right now.
I'm mad. He just did a James Brown impression. That's pretty good. Where's my girlfriend?
Jimmy Brown.
There we go, sir.
You're
All
an
right.
NBA. You're officially an NBA. You can't repeat that.
go.
You know
So
what
let me ask you this
What's
then.
NBA?
Considering this exact matchup happened 17 years ago, it birthed Tom Brady, it birthed the dynasty. So
Tuck rule.
there's full-on high school
that was
graduates
actually not the tough
who
rule.
became fans at that moment. Do you
was,
still embrace them as
Spygate.
fans?
Look, it's shitty to admit,
Oh, Spygate was
but
that game.
no matter what,
That game was
you're gonna
fun.
have
Oh, yeah.
fans that join as soon as teams get good, right? And it's almost a time thing. Like with the Warriors fans, they're bandwagoners still.
I'm a Lakers
Admittedly.
fan, by the way. Always have been.
Yeah, well, you're also a apparent transferred Rams fan. So calm down over there.
No. I'm multifaceted.
Hey, so
I hated the Warriors when I
Your
was
scouting
developing.
report says transferred too many times.
Yeah.
Like
No,
the NFL
that's my
drafts.
transcript.
No, it says no. You have it wrong. It says transgendered.
Oh,
No.
I'm not touching that
No.
one. I'm not getting me too. That was Himes.
like a Patriot.
We got an all gender bathroom at the Good
No,
News
I
Radio
have
station.
Rob
Let's
Romantic.
just make that
hate.
clear.
I have no hate whatsoever.
This is
I
an,
go-
this is
I'm
an
equal
inclusive.
opportunist.
You're Jewish.
This
You
ain't
have
the
to be
Ringer
inclusive.
podcast. Come on, man.
Hey, I can tell you what Patriot fans are. Patriot fans are like Beyonce fans. Beyonce.
Now you want Beyonce fans pissed at you.
No,
You a devilish?
let me hear this.
You literally just
Because-
you just screwed yourself.
No, the
so
Beehive.
bad.
Beyonce is great. We
then
all
s-
know this, right? She's great, and she's been on a great run, just like the Patriots. Great
Get
run,
right gonna
great
fuck you
run.
up.
And they just, she had a little bit of help because she married Jay-Z, who's a near billionaire, and signed with
wait.
label.
This is where
there's a point at the end of this, right?
You screwed yourself so bad. You screwed yourself worse than the Chiefs did.
Okay.
At the end of the Pats-Chiefs
I love
game,
Beyonce.
Oh, you're lining up off sides.
Nah,
You're Daniel Sorensen.
no, he got an
up,
interception
D-Ford?
in that game. We're screwed like the ball touching the ground clearly and Hogan getting a catch. But
What's up, D-Ford?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
yeah,
That was
terrible.
really bad.
But yeah, I think they're like Beyonce fans. They just see the wave is so hot, they're just like, hey, I might as well attach.
Okay, we're
You
not
know, you just
we're
pissed
not going to
off all the
act
gay
like
people in
Beyonce didn't
California.
help Jay-Z like these past
Thank
3
you.
albums, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're not
not gonna
just
act like that
pretend
visual-
like that
You
didn't
literally-
happen.
Which
You're
album?
literally comparing
The
apples
Carters,
to like pastrami sandwiches. This does
444
not
was
work.
Hove.
Okay,
Okay, hold on, wait.
cool. He did
444.
he did Life is Good 5 years after.
Thank you. Nas did Life is Good first.
He did
10
the
years
same
later,
concept.
Jay-Z did 444. Go listen to Life is Good, Black
No,
Republican.
of course I listened to that album. It's a great album.
But he said Ether's better than Takeover.
It is. Takeover wasn't all
Super
Nas.
Ugly's actually a sleeper.
Yeah, Super
hit,
Ugly's
and
hard.
no one
True.
gives that song credit.
People just don't want to give Nas credit over Jay-Z.
No,
They
Nas
act
is
like,
the truth. I love
Nas.
Nas.
Is
But
the
yeah,
one
okay. So
Shout out to Dame Dash.
so
Hey, ladies,
because
don't
I
hate me.
know you got to head out soon, Haim. So I'm gonna ask you what is the key to success for the Patriots,
Refs.
and what's the thing that everyone's kind of not realizing?
Are we talking about with this game in
White
particular?
privilege?
Yeah,
MAGA
this game in
hats?
particular,
Oh, man.
specifically.
I think a
hats.
big advantage for Belichick in this instance is that you have 2 players both on the offensive and defensive side in Aqib Talib and Brandon Cooks that you guys have had in their system already. They're going to know how to attack Aqib Talib. They're going to know how to defend and stop Brandon Cooks. I said from the get-go when Cooper Kupp went down earlier this year that, if anything, was going to be the reason why the Rams were not going to be able to win a Super Bowl.
A
They would
white
get
slot
there.
receiver. How ironic. Synergy.
There we go.
And you drop Gig
Julian
Goal.
And I think, honestly, like, what they were able to do against Kansas City in terms of their third down conversions and also just how well they started the game out with just running the football. Like, Sonny Michel
Yeah,
lit it
Beast.
up. If they run outside routes, because we saw that Zeke's, like, all of his routes were basically up the middle. You're going to run into those defenders, and it's not going to work out for you. So run outside routes. Get these guys going. Get the run game going early. And then by the end of the game, all you have to do is start throwing for like maybe 20, 30-yard conversions. That's all you got to do. Play it slow. Play the pace. I said that this game was going to end 30-23 with the Pats being the winners.
wow.
With that, and the Patriots defense, the pass defense is, but their run defense is pretty stout. With Kyle Van Noy, and people don't really talk about that because he was an All-American at BYU.
No, bust.
No, he wasn't a bust. He was
a bust.
He was only a bust in Detroit because Detroit was terrible. But then when he went to New England, look at guys like him, Shea McClellan, before he got injured and stayed out. Yeah. Kyle Van Noy's a difference maker. You had, 10 tackles, 2 sacks in the AFC title game? Mm-hmm. Kyle Van Noy can do so much for that defense, you almost forget that, like, Dante Hightower's near the end of his career.
Yeah.
What's his face? There's Jason McCourty.
I'm mad you
the
have
free
all
safety.
this Patriot storylines in the back of your
He's
He's
Study-
not a Rams
You study
fan.
your enemies carefully.
I'm telling you.
I do great research on everybody. I probably know more people on the Chiefs than Michael does. You start from the bottom of the roster, bro. What was Chris Conley's combine like? Tell me about it. What was his vertical?
It was amazing.
He
What was
still
his
can't
vertical?
catch though. What does
no,
that
he
have
can
to
catch.
do?
He's just like
He's not quick. He doesn't have quick hips, but
he ran a 4.35 and has like a 48-inch vertical.
but that's a sprint. But he doesn't.
and he's pretty quick. He
But
just
look
has-
at
He
his-
just can't catch.
he has zero
bro.
awareness.
Look at his
he has
broad
no field
jump.
awareness.
Look at his broad jump.
bro. He had a 48-inch vertical.
I would
No,
love
I
to
know,
see
he
some of
has
these
that
guys who are
implies
talking trash
explosiveness.
about show
But
up
that
at the
doesn't-
station.
that
just
doesn't
be
imply
like, Yo,
quickness.
Who's the dude that's been talking smack? You be in the corner just
Me.
sitting there like, hell no, you're gonna have Shane.
I'm like
McCollum
me.
show
Hit
up.
me, dog, so I can sue you and you can lose everything. The rest will go to your kids.
Hey,
The rest will go to my kids.
the way
my
the
future
Patriots-
unborn kids.
And the way the Patriots can win is if they kind of do what they did to the Chiefs, is just try to keep them off the field and don't let them get a chance to, get the ball as much. Because they're going to find a way to in the passing game line up Gurley to attack Van Noy.
Nope.
Try to move him out. So
I think they should probably have him on Hightower.
So if the
And
Rams
CJ
win,
Anderson
are you
gave
gonna
us
be
that-
less sad next week? Because you look real sad today.
Yeah.
Are you
bro.
gonna be? Are you gonna be Kid Cudi in 2009?
Yeah,
sad?
Dude,
you-
the first
you
message
like
I
Kid
sent
Cudi
this
sad.
kid after the game was, "Yo, So how about them wings? 'Cause we put wings on the game. I knew.
I was drunk when I made that bet, so I don't.
Oh, no, you weren't.
no,
you weren't.
that is a man law violation. Any
give that
bet
man
made
his
while
wings.
drunk
I
is a
got
bet
him.
honored while sober.
I got him, but I just think that, man, I like what the Rams are going to be able to do against the Patriots. We can't.
Unlike
What's
the
your
Chiefs,
score? Because Alex gave his.
Final score.
I said 30-23.
He already packed it up. He's ready to go.
I got 27.
Just like the Pats will.
27.
Ah.
20.
27-20.
I don't think it's going to be as high scoring because you
Isn't the
give
spread like 3 or
you
4
give
points.
the
Yeah.
defenses 2
Like
weeks
4.5.
2 weeks to prepare. So
All right, Kenny, thoughts on any of that?
34-30 Rams.
Wow, you're going with the high scoring game, huh?
Because honestly, both these teams' defenses are just known to break down.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters is going to give up a big play. They're
To-
either
to
going
what
to
receiver?
come out and press them. No, because
Edelman.
here's the
He might
thing,
get
and
a
they
buy-in.
and I forget who said this in the media, but it's like if you wear white gloves, dark jerseys,
Listen,
you're pressing the receivers every play. They can't call holding every play. That's a known fact if you've ever played football. They can't call it every play. They could, but they're not going to. And in the Super Bowl, they're really going to let receivers run free. So
here's the thing, and Bleacher Report brought it up this week, even though I've been saying it for 2 damn months. And Ndamukong Suh is the X factor in this game, as it
I
has
agree.
been the
I'll
whole
say that,
entire
they play him
playoffs.
out of position at nose tackle. I'm telling you, if he was allowed to be a 3, if the Rams running a 4-3 defense and they had like a good third linebacker, it'd be over.
Because he's breathing down your throat as soon as he's there. All right, Alex. Well, we thank you for joining us, man. We know you got to head out. Good luck this weekend. We'll be
I
rooting
can't say good
against
luck
you.
to you this weekend.
We'll be
I
rooting
wish you said
against you,
travels and
but
journeys. I hope the Patriots
you're a scholar and a
lose.
gentleman.
I'm
A
really
point
happy
guard,
for- I'm really
Mikhail.
happy
Thanks
for
again.
you.
You can catch
Your,
them,
your
catch them
family
both
gets
next
to work.
week. Every week,
Hey, hey, hey.
6:30.
It was direct
Courtside
deposit,
Radio,
Alex. It wasn't.
Good News Radio Station, Good News Sports.
thank you guys for having me.
Yep.
The good news is the Patriots will be getting 6 this weekend. Congrats to
The
Brady.
good news
Psych.
is the Chiefs are nowhere near this game because no one wants to see that.
Coming from the ex-Chiefs fan.
Michael just really off the record. He probably just wants to be a Rams fan. He's just looking for a hard transition. We're gonna pull a heel turn. It's cool. Talk to me after the show. Me and Jackie will get you your paperwork set up. I'm direct deposit.
Bye. It's nice meeting you.
All right, man. So
Stay black, I guess.
KB's having too much fun. All right,
am.
Kenny. So we got into it this weekend on Twitter about something we got to talk about. Not the group chat, the Twitter. We got into it multiple times this week.
Yo, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna say some really revealing stuff just now.
You vulnerable? Psych.
Hey man, I'll talk about that in my rant at the end of the show.
Nah, but okay, man. So pretty
Emotional
much,
week.
I'm not the only one who made this storyline, but I unexpectedly took all the heat.
You
But it's all
tagged
good.
Everyone,
It's all
you tagged
good.
everyone we know.
It's
on
all
Twitter.
good. It's all good. I literally tagged all the former touchdowns and tangents guests, the family, people who've been on the show.
Former
And-
Football Friday co-host, guest co-host.
Yeah, man. So pretty much, I asked what the biggest storyline is that people are talking about, and the options were dog running backs, Sony Michel, number 3 overall leading rusher in all time, and number 4 Georgia running back Todd Gurley. Obviously, they're not going against each other, but both have big legacies. Both were former teammates, and Gurley even said he wants to beat Michel. The next option was the head coaches, changing of the guard, old school, new school, Sean McVay, 33 years old, Bill Belichick, 62 years old, the defensive guy versus the offensive innovator,
I was going to say Brian Flores because he might be the Dolphins head coach next.
the dude who might date your 19-year-old little sister,
I was going to say a rapper's name, but I was
versus the
Tyga?
awkward dad of the girl who you met on Tinder and probably will never talk to again.
I thought we were agreed to keep Tinder jokes off this podcast
we did
because of a
we
conflict
did do
of
that.
interest on your part.
Aww.
Slightly my part. Slightly my part.
I met my girl on Tinder. I'm not afraid of that.
Hey.
Still going strong.
Tinder works. Hashtag Tinder works. No, that's a dead ass hashtag. Like for real, you can look it up. There's a bunch of weddings and shit. No, for real, it's a real ass hashtag.
He's gonna pull it up. I know he's gonna pull it up after the show. Like, see, I told you.
And then the next storyline
So
was
Plenty of
one
Fish
we already
doesn't
talked
work?
about. Plenty of Fish, no comment.
Dead fish. All right, cool.
Wow. Speaking on your personal experience now, huh?
What?
Anyway, so the rematch, 17
I
years
never
17
heard
years
that
ago, Rams Patriots, we all know that one. And lastly,
Spygate.
the one that really grinded Kenny's gears, the one that got him upset on his Taco Tuesday, right before he was having his tequila, chilling out.
I was in class, bro.
The battle of the Bay Area QBs.
I'm gonna kill everybody.
The Rams, Jared Goff, Cal graduate, I forgot where he's from, versus
San Mateo.
Which versus
is the Bay Area. I will count that.
versus Tom Brady, also a noted Bay Area
What
native.
city is he from?
All right, I'm gonna look
You've
this
had,
up.
you've had time.
I'm gonna look this up. I forgot.
He went to Junipero Serra High School. It's pretty much a Catholic high school.
But yeah, he's talked
in
about
Northern California.
he's talked about how seeing Joe Montana.
I will
Like,
consider
as
Chico
a
the
kid,
Bay
changed
Area,
it.
but before I can consider wherever Tom Brady's from. Like I said, he ain't never been to Jack London Square like that. He ain't never been around Richmond. He's never. First off, Oakland is the heart of the Bay Area, the heart of the East Bay. So whatever touches Oakland, or whatever Oakland interacts with, then you can say you're Bay Area. But guess what? I can't say I'm from LA, but I was born in Beverly Hills, and I've never been to like Hollywood or any of the hood spots. Are you really from LA? No, you're not. Oh, that's like saying I'm from the IE. Okay.
oh, okay. Now you're taking a blatant shot at me, huh?
No. I could have said Pasadena.
Okay.
I could've
Yeah,
said
you could have
Pasadena.
said anywhere, but you said IE for a reason.
Pasadena is the
I got
IE, is
you.
it not? Is
I got
Pasadena not
you.
the IE?
No.
Or what is Pasadena then?
Pasadena's the San Gabriel Valley.
Okay, well, my bad.
So yeah.
See, okay, that perfect example. Someone says I'm from the IE, but they're really from Newtown, Pasadena. Doesn't work, does
Pasadena's
it?
its own thing. It's a
No.
626.
There's the old town, the hood Pasadena, the Dina that like Altadena, the Dina that you're afraid of, and then there's the Pasadena for white
No,
people.
Altadena's like the country, like horses, like the real ass foothills.
But I'm saying like
Pasadena's like
go back
the city.
20 years and what were they like?
I know.
Old Town,
I
New
used
Town.
to date a lot of girls from Pasadena.
One day we're gonna, we're
He throws that in there.
gonna have a draft party. When did we agree the draft party was gonna be? Sometime.
Okay,
Near the
so
draft?
you're wrong.
Where's he from?
Oh, I got you on the checkmate.
He got me.
Let's go.
Where's he from? Is he from the white part of that?
He's from
neighborhood?
San Mateo. Tom Brady's San Mateo, which you've already gone on record in this very podcast
What part,
saying
though?
you consider as a
Here's the thing.
part of
Here's
the
the
Bay
thing.
Area.
Here's why it doesn't
Hold
count.
this hill.
No. Okay. Again.
And Jared Goff
Did I-
is from Novato, which is
Novato?
north.
Didn't I just say you could be from LA, but then you live in Beverly Hills, but you're not really from LA? Did I not just say that, Jackie?
Yes, he did.
I said that. Okay, then. So that's like me saying.
Either way, man,
No,
it's
no,
the
no,
same.
let me
It's the
finish.
same.
Let me
area.
finish. That's like
It's the
me
same
saying
region.
I'm from the Bay Area, but I live in Granite Bay. Really? Not really, though.
It's the same. It's a region, though.
And
It's a
It's on
region.
the outskirt. It's
It
like
still counts.
It's like saying, yeah, I'm from a really respectable state. Where are you from? The bottom of Florida. You sure about that?
But yeah, man. So pretty
The
much,
bottom line is, what's his name? Goff went to Cal. I know he was bathed in Bay Area tradition. Brady got his scholarship and went straight to Michigan and ain't been back to Cali like that since. Don't tell me he ever been to Nations. Don't tell me he's ever been to Jack London Square like I said earlier, or I don't know Hilltop Mall.
but this is my point, and this is what I said to you in the car
Or San Leandro.
off the air. That's what makes places like the Bay. That's what makes places like LA
Goddamn
what they are.
gentrification.
Yes, in some parts, yeah. But the
Most
bigger
parts.
thing is
They gentrify.
you
West
have
Oakland
different experiences. Like one person's LA is different than another's. A Latino's experience in LA is different than a black person. A black person is different than a white. You got all these different cultures that are
bad. I work with
intermingling,
mad Latinos.
going on their different tracks and different ways of life. And it's the same thing in the Bay. Like, yeah, what you're describing is one way of living in the Bay. It's the culture. It's
the culture, and then here's where all the rich white people live.
Which is also another track that you have
That's
to
a
acknowledge.
culture that,
it's
but it's
another culture.
It's
a
a
different
one-sided
culture. It's not a culture. It's not a culture that I would want to be in, except for the money part.
Except for the money. I be throwing mad party. I be throwing so many cocaine parties.
Wow. Your mom listens to the show, dude. What's
Me and my
wrong
mom
with
already
you?
talked.
What's wrong with you?
One of my bucket lists in life is cocaine and strippers for my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, but like it would be some weird, like a chick showed up with cocaine.
That's not that far off, bro.
She happens to be a stripper, but she's really just an Instagram model.
Like,
because that's easy to find in LA. I can go to a hookah lounge in Hollywood, and some chick will probably have coke on her. I've been to
or
rooftop
just go to
parties.
Vegas.
No, just go to a rooftop party in LA.
That's true. I've seen girls do it in the bathroom.
Mad coked out. I'm saying mad coked out for no reason.
And they're not even trying to hide it. I walk in and they don't even try to hide it. They're just having it right there, and they're just
talk to the mic, Jack.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a lot.
All the mics are hot.
What's
dude.
a lot? Seeing that walking into the bathroom.
Yeah,
and
that's a
seeing
lot.
You've never seen chicks.
But that's mostly on. That's
I don't
downtown LA,
snitch,
bro.
I don't snitch
I
like
don't
some
know.
people.
I'm not snitching, but it's right there.
Am I snitching? I never
right
said anything
there.
until right now.
I ain't seen nothing about nothing. All right.
It's not like we
It
talking about.
happens.
What's
It-
cocaine?
but
I
here-
don't even
this
know
is-
what cocaine is.
It doesn't happen in
The
LA.
fuck?
It happens in Hollywood, not LA.
Yeah,
He
that-
said,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
snitching, Pete. I didn't say no names.
Pete should be quiet.
I don't go to clubs. I never even been to a club.
It wasn't a club,
Fam.
FYI. It was
makes it
a
even
rooftop
worse.
bar.
It's not even a roof. It's like
It's a
it's not,
bar.
it's not a rooftop. They just
So
send you,
people
like, all the
are
way
really
up, but you can't go-
really getting coked up to stand there and look at each other and look
and
at the view.
dance
and
on a
take
tiny
pictures.
ass dance floor
Seriously.
and pay way
That's
too
a
much
fucking lot,
with
dude.
2 drink vouchers, bro. Man, I'm gonna get Brandon back up here. Like, bro, that rooftop party scene is real.
Yeah, it is.
It's. I don't even know why people like it. To be honest,
I've
Honestly,
never tried
I
it.
met a shit.
$17
You
for
tried
a
it?
beer. Nah.
Oh, the rooftop party. I thought you
Yeah.
meant Coke.
This is why. This is why I said nothing about nothing. This is why I said I know nothing about nothing.
I know
man.
nada.
I never
Fuck.
tried it.
Speaking of which, man, if the Rams
Coke
win,
or what?
if the Rams
Coke or
win,
rooftop
how
parties?
much coke is Sean McVay gonna do? Is a real question. Over under 1
Alright.
kilo.
I feel bad for Ben Robbins. We're never gonna get media coverage now.
Yeah, for real.
You won't. I didn't go that far. Shout out to the Rams. I respect their values.
Shout out to the Rams media relations
techni-
team vetting us right now.
Technically, Bum Phillips was a Ram, so you can't get mad at cocaine. It was the St. Louis Rams, but Bum Phillips, Nebraska running back. I like how both y'all looking at me like only one of you knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I don't.
Jackie
I will
was
be that
like,
one that does not.
All right, man.
That's why I can be a Rams fan.
This is my educational
Oh my
show
God.
for me for football. I learned a lot from you guys, so I'm just listening.
Appreciate it. See, that's what.
All
we
right,
plan to
Kenny.
do.
So, what storyline are you looking forward to the most playing out on Sunday?
The biggest one that I'm looking at, honestly, I'm gonna say the redemption of. It's not really redemption, but it's more like it came full circle for Robert Woods, a guy who's local, went to Sarah. I got a bunch of homies I went to high school with who was friends with him the time they were winning state titles.
Farmer?
Farmer was trash. Everyone who went to Sarah knows that Farmer was like the third word. He was just big and fast. Like Marquise Lee and Robert Woods were the real dogs on that Sarah team. But I remember when I was a
Farmer
freshman.
had the best freshman year.
When I was a freshman, yeah, probably. But when I was a freshman, that's because he was like the third option. When I was a freshman, Caps was saying, "Oh, George Farmer runs a 4.3 or 4.2." I was like, "Bro, he didn't run a 4.2."
Bro, that track
But
team
the
was
fresh-
stupid.
It was stupid, but he didn't run a
That
4.2.
like that track, like our track team
I
was
remember.
good.
I watched
like our track team, like went
Sarah's down the
went
street
to the
from-
state. Like we dominated the southern section, and then once we got to state,
Sarah and Long Beach Poly had some speed for your ass.
nah, I think they actually beat Long Beach Poly, but they came in second to Sarah.
But Long Beach Poly's always there. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's different level speed. That's Olympic speed you're dealing with. I mean, it's weird though that like he didn't break a 4.4. Like Robert Woods runs like a legit 4.52.
Well, it's
But-
a different kind of sprint. I mean, there's a whole another 60.
He was in Siberia.
meters.
He was in Siberia.
Like 60 meters is a lot
Yeah.
to pick up speed. Like
Bro.
a 40, you're trying to get as fast as you can get in that 20 miles and then in that 20 yards and then stretch it out.
But he was in Siberia for receivers when he got drafted by Buffalo. I was like, damn, he might wash out. USC receivers usually wash out. And instead he has a career year with the Rams coming home. Like, I feel like
you just want to see him and YG give you some more gifts. That's all you want.
No, honestly, YG out here calling out Birdman. That shit crazy. But that shit crazy. My bad. Like, Robert Woods is going to play a huge role in this game. Brandon Cooks is going to take the top off.
That's what I was going to say.
Open, but like Robert Woods,
and that was one storyline I
going to
make
huge plays in this game.
Brandon Cooks playing his former team, a team that he was basically a 1-year rental on, a team that he won a Super Bowl with,
and then got killed
and then
in the Super Bowl.
Traded to.
No, did they win the Super Bowl? No, he played for the Eagles.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He didn't win the
My
Super
bad.
Bowl.
My bad. Sorry, I get their Super Bowl runs mixed up because they're all just a drunken blur.
Yeah, because they're
sad blur.
Sad Super Bowl parties.
Yeah, man, I'm getting really tired. We've been having that conversation at work. Like, I'm getting tired of hate watching and binge drinking to the Patriots winning. Like,
honestly,
it's getting so like I'm over it.
It's gross. I deserve better for my life.
I really do.
That's why I'm a Rams fan.
That's why I'm a Cap fan.
I made the best choice for
That's why I'm a Cap fan.
Wow. That's no cap?
I might just take a knee the whole Super Bowl and live stream it.
You're not going to watch it?
No, I'm lying.
You're the worst kind of person. Like, you don't even need to say it because I knew you were lying.
I'm lying. I'm not going to do that. I'll think about it. I might send a tweet about doing that. Social media activism. We know how passionate Kitty is about that.
I'll be calling cats out on social media. That's why that's why like all those people who were like,
at Oza Grande on Twitter, and I'm at P Certified.
I want the smoke
because I want to be
fuck
included.
David Dennis Jr. They're good, partial.
But yeah, man. Any other thoughts on the Super Bowl?
Dante Fowler Jr. could be interesting. He's one to watch. He went from Jacksonville to the Rams and giving them a legitimate pass rusher. I felt like either him or Corey Littleton. Like, it's going to be big games for them, too. As linebacker pass rusher. What do you want to say, Jackie?
I have a question for you. Well,
go for it.
I had an observation. Is Gurley injured or not? Because I feel like he is.
And
he's playing through it.
They're maintaining his reps, and for his knee has been an issue. Because, by the way, dating back to our Sundial days when we were doing Football Friday, third episode, if I recall, Pete didn't believe in Todd Gurley at all. He talked mad shit about him.
Really?
Mad trash. He talked. That's why he's quiet right now.
Wow.
That's why he's smirking deep. Yeah, Fugazi. See how funny? See how he changed in the light?
First of all,
perfectly fine.
First of all,
his face started flickering.
First of all,
his hairline got tight.
First of all, let me set the record straight. I did not like Todd Gurley. I just thought he wasn't worth a number 10 pick, considering
how wrong were
you? Considering he was coming off an injury. That's number one.
ACL.
Okay.
Number two, and I didn't think the Rams should trade up because, but then again, they had all those picks just to fuck around with, thanks to the Redskins.
Shout out to Eric Flowers for sucking so bad.
And then
the Giants are mad.
The third reason why I wasn't a fan of Todd Gurley was because Georgia was just pumping out running backs, so I thought he was a system guy. I was wrong. There you go. You happy?
Keith Marshall was.
I was wrong.
How often do you get to hear that?
Rarely.
Enjoy it. Savor it.
No. I got more. There's more. I got to milk
Whose side are you on, Jackie?
There's more milk in this cow. We got to get out.
I hear you guys a lot. It's rare when I hear you, Pete, say those words. So
I'm glad there's a female witness to this. So now you can't deny it.
I listen to y'all often, and you don't say those words often, so I even enjoyed those words. I had to remind KB right now.
That was beautiful. I might just have to start playing like Lean on Me, like for moments like this.
But I can appreciate that you owned it and you say, my bad. You were wrong. I appreciate that.
Bro, even one of my friends is like, damn, you finally admitted you were wrong. What the fuck? Yo, I be admitting I'm wrong all the time.
Why the fuck?
Really not.
I might do it in a condescending way, but I'll say it.
So you hedge your bet and then you're just insulting?
Yep.
Bruh. But anyway. That's because those Georgia teams were overrated and not winning big games. And but you definitely were not on Todd Gurley's side. But Gurley, the thing was, and I forgot to say this earlier, but the Rams have only given one sack the entire postseason. The bigger health is for Andrew Whitworth, their left tackle. Because he got kind of nicked up in the Saints game. So him, Robert Havenstein, Shout out to Wisconsin tackles. They just know how to be good. That's going to be
Which
the
you
issue.
slandered him.
Yeah, I
You
did.
slandered
I
him when he
slandered him
played
early.
right guard. When he played right
I
guard,
slandered the hell out of him.
you did.
'Cause I don't. Some Wisconsin right tackles should not bump down a guard. It doesn't work well. Andrews Pete, even though he went to Stanford, he had that same body type where it's like you should probably either be a left guard or right tackle, and nothing else.
Louis Lopez in the chat box says Gurley is going to be unleashed on Sunday. Ooh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah, man. I don't know about all that because he's got his own competition. Mike Anderson, which
C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson.
Don't
my
talk
bad.
for 10 seconds.
I've been calling him Mike Anderson. I might have
Man,
written
not-
an
he's
article
not a fat
calling him a Mike
fullback.
Anderson.
He's not a fat converted fullback.
He's not.
He's not. He played running back at Cal.
Yeah, and he
And
got
was
a
a beast.
fupa right now.
First off, he's like 20 pounds, well, like 10 pounds overweight.
Yeah, he's.
He
pretty
reminds me of
big.
a running back we had in high school. who
Why
was
has
short
nobody?
7.
This is why sports
a
media
stick
right
run.
now gets me mad. Why has nobody asked him? Hey, Mike.
Change? No, it's CJ. I just said it's CJ.
That's probably why they're not saying that.
Fam.
CJ.
By the way, I think he's from Vallejo.
No,
so
wait, what were you gonna
that's still
ask?
the Bay Area.
What were you going to ask?
I just want someone to ask him why he's gained weight. Like
Because
How
he was
much has he
unemployed.
gained?
he did
Like
not
235,
he did
240.
not have a belly when he played in Denver. I'll put it to you that much. So maybe it was the altitude and he was like in tip top
He got
shape.
injured. He went to the Panthers.
He caught a case.
Or don't just say he got a case if you don't know he got a case, fam. Like, I'm not trying to get sued here.
Nah, didn't he get in
Legal.
trouble?
Legal.
He got in trouble for something.
Legal,
Allegedly.
illegal, allegedly. You should probably just let this go. Allegedly.
If you say allegedly, you're fine.
Yeah, journalistically, you say allegedly, you're fine.
You should know this, Pete.
Only with a journalism degree. Damn, Jackie. There we go.
All I'm trying to do is tweet out this episode. You guys are over here roasting me. Like,
Talking about me taking,
You invited
Y'all
the
can't-
family?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah,
talking about
man.
me taking forever to type.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that note, man, if you're a Rams fan, you can call in right now and share
Hold on.
what
Shout
it
out to
would mean
Ruben
to you
Wu.
to win a Super Bowl.
Shout out to Ruben Wu. By the way, Cowboys fan, but we still love you, Wu. CJ said he put on weight because his wife's pregnant and he eats when she eats.
That's a real thing. That's
Yeah.
a real thing.
Thomas Davis did it. A couple of guys. Robert Mathis did it. He was taking his wife's prenatal vitamins too. But that's how he got busted for PEDs.
Hey, thanks for that insight, Woo. Tell your brother to call in. We want to hear from real Rams fans. Nah, for real. His brother's been a Rams fan for a minute. His brother was actually.
I'm gonna
a Rams
ask
fan
him
in
how
St.
good was
Louis.
Tommy Polly. Was he a bust
I'm
or
a
not?
real Rams fan.
Yeah.
I'm a new fan to NFL. Let me explain that.
Get a little bit on the mic right there. Say it.
I'm a new fan to NFL, so I don't know all the rules, but I grew up as a baseball family. We had a batting cage in my backyard. Like, that's the type of, you know, I'm recent.
That's code word for Jackie will knock your ass out.
I do got a bat in my trunk.
Allegedly. Hello, caller. What's your name and where you calling from? I'm sure you have a beautiful voice.
Hey, this is a Raiders fan calling in from Boston.
What?
What's good, Andrew? How's it going, man?
Andrew Jesus, Jefe?
It's good to call in. It's kind of a weird week out here. I mean, you know,
Isn't it
that's
like
unfamiliar territory.
All that
but
white-
it's
all that
been
white
an
privilege out
interesting
there?
week out here.
isn't it like negative 30 or something out there?
What is it, the negative super vortex or something?
It has been it's single digits. Like right now, it's probably like 10 degrees. My pipes are exploding. You know, we can't walk
That's a
outside
lot,
for more than
bro.
5
It
minutes.
was negative
so
30.
it's
It was
pretty
like
bad.
negative 40 in Chicago.
Damn.
This is like a super
Yeah, no,
vortex.
the Midwest has it bad, but I mean, it's not like 10 degrees.
But
is that much better.
Boston doesn't shut down. Like, it keeps going. Like, through all that. Like, people keep living their lives.
Just
That's
like white
crazy to me.
supremacy.
All right, we
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
You good? You
Yeah, I'm
good? All right.
I wanted to get one more joke in when Hyman was here. But nah, Andrew, how would you say, compared to when the Red Sox were in the World Series and leading up to that, how would you compare the atmosphere to how Boston fans
Damn,
are?
someone's paying attention there. Journalism classes. He's back,
Um,
boys.
You know, no, that's a good question.
Why is he
because,
clapping?
No,
I
it was a
mean,
good question.
Why does
No, I
Pete
didn't
clap
think
off
about
Ski
that.
like Andrew? Just between me and you, why is Pete like he says he got all the swagger from Black Friends and that's why he learned to talk to women, but he always claps on the 1 and the 3. I need to know this. You've known him longer than me, Andrew. Why does he have no rhythm?
Oh, come on.
Why does he have less rhythm than Vehar?
No,
Vehar got a better jump shot than P2.
You
I'm just gonna
flustered
take
the
it
man,
back to
dude. Get back. All right, just get back to the
I'm
question.
sorry, Andrew. Yeah. It's okay to be
I
petty,
wasn't ready
Andrew.
for that, but
You gotta keep on your toes.
no, it is a good question though, because I mean, I was actually out here for the Eagles Super Bowl, and I was brand new. You know, I didn't really know a whole lot of stuff, but I remember going out that night, and it was like when I really kind of saw people and stuff. It was like right when they lost, and everyone was really bummed out, and like I feel like the atmosphere, like people actually were like really upset. But it's funny because coming into this one, I feel like a lot of people are kind of, I guess, taking it for granted. Like the attitudes are a lot more lax this year. I think it's because, you know, since Brady's kind of cemented himself as the GOAT, like nobody's worried about legacies right now. Nobody's worried about anything like that. Boston's pretty happy with, you know, they feel like, you know, no matter what happens, the Super Bowl, they're winners. So I feel like the attitude's been kind of lax. Although I feel like the atmosphere out here has been like probably the most intense sports atmosphere that I've seen, you know, compared to anything for LA, compared to any other place I've been where there's been like a championship team. So there were still real fans out here. So it's been kind of fun to be in that atmosphere.
And with I know Jason McCourty, the free safety, he said he might retire if they win. You look at guys like him, who's been there for a while. I mean, his brother obviously has never won anything, even when he was at Rutgers. But you look at a guy like Gronk, who's been pretty happy and carefree during media week. I mean, do you think this could be potentially a final game for him, or like how do you see this Patriots roster really playing out if they lose?
Well, I almost feel like, you know, I'm mad at myself for that, like hearing that stupid New England, you know, next man up kind of stuff. But that's really what it is out here. I mean, I know Gronk is a big piece, but I mean, it's been the same narrative as it has been across the, you know, the radios across the nation everywhere the whole season of like, you know, Gronk's probably done. But I don't think anyone's really worried about that. I think Pats fans have kind of told themselves, like, as long as Brady's here, and I know Brady's talking about sticking around for more years, and it looks like he can, I think Patriots fans are, like, as secure as possible. I mean, James White is getting, like, 15 receptions a game in the playoffs, and it's just, like, there's really, like, no stopping this team. Belichick's just going to adjust his squad to whatever they need. So it's, like, the ball control this year, and it's just really nobody. If Gronk retires, I don't think anyone will bat an eye. I think a lot of Pats fans are actually expecting the team to draft like the guy from Clemson, Hunter Renfrow. So it's just like they're already kind of expecting Belichick to get this plug and play.
This is a deep tight end class.
Let me ask you this: like, you know, you're Angelino right now, living in Boston. So let me ask you this: is being a Patriots fan there like being a Lakers fan here, where it just kind of comes with the territory, and if they're good, then everyone's kind of gung-ho about it, but like it doesn't get much deeper than that? Or is it more kind of like the Dodgers, where it's like, okay, everyone is invested in it and everyone loves them and is like passionate about them no matter how much they choke?
Jackie looked at Pete like, I'm just deciding where on my temple or your hairline I'm going to hit you with the bat.
I mean, it's funny because, I mean, I haven't been out here that long, but I think it's like, you know, this, I think I heard you guys say earlier on the podcast, like there's kids who are like, you know, are schoolers now who are just like, all they've known is like winning.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so ingrained. It's kind of hard to tell, but these fans are really diehards. I guess like you could say it's more like Dodgers fans, where it's just like there's a lot of loyalty.
Yeah.
And especially too, this is like the team for the region. So like you got all the New England states up here, like go up to the top corner of Maine, or you go down to the border of New York, and there's like diehard Pats fans. And especially too, like it's funny too because we're working on an article out here for the paper where it's just like, why do people, you know, love the Pats versus, you know, people in LA, if you're comparing fans, or if you're saying, oh, fair weather fans. But it's funny because when it's this cold, all you have to do is like stay inside and like watch the game. So I think that's like a big part of it, where it's just like, you know, it's freezing cold outside. Let's just go inside and watch the Pats game. So I
That's a
think
good
no matter
point.
what happens,
You know,
That's great
they're definitely
journalistic
right
insight
back.
right there.
you know, because in LA you can go to a rooftop party in February in a bikini. Like,
Any time of the
Yeah,
that's a wild ass rooftop.
yeah,
party.
it's really funny when it's just like, you got to go to the bar out here and you got to like, go to the coat rack and like go to the coat check, and it's not like LA that has coat checks. Like this is legit coat checks, so it's just like
They'll steal your
you
lighter. out your
really
wallet.
have to like, if you want to go out to like a watch party or something like that, it's like a trek.
yeah.
So it's just like I'm actually going to be working, but I know there's like a bunch of parties out that it's just the kind of thing where it's like it's cold outside, let's just gather inside, watch the Pats game. So it's definitely a different culture.
Damn, are you getting hazed? They're like, hey, let's make the non-Pats fan work on Super Bowl Sunday.
I work Super Bowl Sunday.
No, it's funny because I wear the Raiders beanie every day, but sports guys don't tell me
So-
nothing. But I think it's funny. I mean,
They
it's
don't
kind
want
of
no
a
smoke
journalism
with
thing
the
where the
half
sports
of
guys are just they don't care anymore, no matter what happens. But,
Yeah. They don't need to talk.
Yeah,
they
no,
just
people-
scoreboard.
They just point to the rafters. But
Yeah, it's. Mhm.
no, go ahead. Finish what you're gonna say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, now that I'm actually more ingrained in Boston out here, year two. I mean, I'm not gonna go to like a watch party or anything like that, but it's been. I hate to say this, but like I've gained a lot of respect for Pats fans as far as just their passion for the team. I mean, we could joke about them, and everyone out here is like, it's not a very diverse fan base. It's not a very like accepting fan base or anything like that, but.
Kind of.
They are pretty intense, and a lot of them know about the team. Like casual fans can name offensive linemen and stuff like that. Like it's pretty serious out here, so you kind of have to respect like the fan base out here.
All right, man. Well, we thank you for calling in.
I got one more question for you, but in regards to, I mean, let's say the Patriots win, like, and we obviously know that Brady and Belichick are Trump fans / supporters. Have you noticed like an uptake in MAGA hats, or is it kind of just been everybody's been on the low key about
No,
that?
man, nobody wears MAGA hats. Like I work at a newspaper that has like serious Trump supporters, and
Damn.
like even they won't wear the MAGA hats. Like it's not. I mean, I know the Patriots have the ties to Trump, but it's not really like that. People don't really put two and two together like that out here. I know there's Republicans out here, probably more than there is in LA, but it's just like it's nothing where people put like two and two together. They really take politics out of it. Like there's been no. Actually, the Red Sox postponed their White House trip, and some of the players are saying they're not going to go already. But
Mookie Betts said he wasn't
people
gonna
aren't
go.
really upset about that out here.
Okay.
Good for them. All right, man. Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. We know it's late out there, so get some sleep, man.
Thanks, Hefe.
Keep doing the good work.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. You guys too. And yeah, I'll definitely give you the post Patriots win or loss update.
I thought you were going to say Post Malone update. Oh, but quick question. Last question. Is Tom Brady's not really a Bay Area QB?
Oh,
You understand? You get that, right?
No,
You get that
no.
right?
Come on, Kenneth. I mean,
He
he's
called me
probably
Kenneth.
he's probably as Bay as you. I mean, how many years did he spend out there? Come on.
Yeah, he stayed out there at least till high school,
And then he went to Michigan.
and you stayed there till
Hey,
you were 8. Come on.
Nine, and then I went back a bunch of times.
Okay. All right, Andrew.
Thanks,
Give-
Andrew.
put some respect on him. Come
Yeah,
on, he's
thank
from the
you.
Bay. Like
Thank you.
okay. Last thing, like as a Californian, I kind of do like that he's from California because it's such like
You
a
can throw it
Boston
up in
thing
their
out here.
face?
Like you got it's like it is kind of nice that like
You're buying into
he's
the
actually not
vulturism.
from here.
Culture vulture.
Says the vulture himself in the clip. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate you. Shout out your Twitter, man, and everything that you got going.
Oh no, the Twitter's inactive right now at work, but no, I'm just it'll get going here. I'll come back at you guys with the post Super Bowl the Boston stuff. So I'll be in touch.
Cool.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it, brother. Thanks.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Always nice.
Yeah, Kenny, you're on the A mic. That's where you hit end. The hang up button. It
No, I
doesn't
actually
have feelings.
I
Like, you
prefer-
can hit it. Like
Oh, is that your excuse?
No, bro, because this airtime is valuable and you're over here wasting it.
First off,
we already talked way too many Patriots
only
than
like
we ever
9/11.
have.
It's only
And the
like
whole
9/11.
in the whole combination, the 108 episodes, we've never talked
I
this
feel
much
like we're on
Patriots.
110 and you counted wrong.
No, it's definitely 108. You can count it because the 108th. You don't even know what day the 100th episode was. Let's call you out right now.
I was drunk that night.
Yeah. All right, take another caller. Hopefully this is a Ram caller.
Hello, you wonderful caller. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Hey,
what your sign is.
first time listener, first time caller.
Hey.
Who's this? Give us your name and your location.
My name is Bob. I live in LA, and I mean the Wildfires. We definitely got to win it this year.
All right, man. So Bob, what would the Rams winning a Super Bowl mean to LA?
Well,
Am I being punked?
I mean,
Are we punked?
all those people that lost at home. This is a united front.
Wait, who lost their home?
What?
All the wildfires.
Get spicy
all
with
the
it.
wildfires, all the people that have lost.
That's in Northern
You know?
California. Bob, are you
No,
real?
what do you mean?
Are you trolling us?
Look, when I used to play high school, we had fires, and we had to play during the ash and everything.
Yeah, that's true. All right, man. Well,
You know?
That's rough.
Well-
Wait, hold on a second. But let me tell you. The reason why also is this just makes proof that Goff would deserve to be picked over Nick Foles. So
You mean
hopefully
Carson
he can
Wentz?
Carson Wentz? I mean, arguably, who's better at this point? Foles or Wentz?
Well, it's definitely the Rams. I mean, it's because of defense. Don't get me wrong. Brady can pick anybody, but the Chiefs' defense sucks. So if you put a defense like the Rams,
Thank you.
now it's a different story. You got Aaron Donald coming in. You have a bunch of people coming after him. Tom Brady start throwing picks, he gets worse and worse. I mean, if you look at Goff, he sucked, and then he started playing good towards the end, but not like the beginning where he was just throwing touchdowns, just winning games. That was the big difference.
all right, Bob. Well, thanks for calling in, man. You have a good
Well,
night.
shout out to my boy Derek, Omar P. You my boy. All
Lit.
right,
Is this your
gotta
friend?
go.
I don't even know who this is.
I didn't know who that was. I thought I was being punked. I was like, is this a fake number?
Yeah, man. Well,
I was like,
now we got fake Ram fans. You got people
We get
calling in
trolled?
to
We
be
got
Rams
rickrolled just now?
fans. See
got
what you started? All that Patriots talk, bro.
I just started.
You got people calling in pretending to be Rams fans because they want to hear
Hey,
about
anything that if like some Rams players want to call in, or a family member, who knows? Jackie's like, I got the number. Do you?
No, I was. Never mind.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
But yeah, man, if you're a Rams fan, feel free to call in right now because I want to talk about the Rams. So outside of that, I guess we could talk about the Pro Bowl. You want to talk about the Pro Bowl?
The worst game in NFL history. I've honestly been a part of lineman football games that were more entertaining and had better tackling technique.
Bro, that play where Saquon Barkley and Mike Evans were on defense.
Mike Evans picked it off
and
and
there
then
was
pitched
a
it to
pick.
Todd Barr and then pitched it to Saquon Barkley.
And nobody was tackling each other. I saw better tackling in longest yard. Like, real talk. That shit was horrible.
I've seen,
They need to just get rid of the Pro Bowl. Like,
I've seen
honestly.
mosh pits with more physical contact than that.
And
I've been in mosh pits
bro,
delivering more
nobody
physical
wants to go to
contact.
Orlando anyways. I think that's why the
No one
Pro
wants to
Bowl
go
has
to
been
Florida.
sorry. No, that's not true. People want to go to Miami. People want to go to anywhere really but Orlando. You go to Disneyland one time. What else? They should bring it back to Hawaii where people want to go, where people don't get to go that often, and
Hawaii needs
bring
a
back
tourism.
the old dude football game because that was the best thing before. Take out all the skill competition. Ain't nobody want to see Adam Thielen or Von Miller throwing passes. I'm sorry, but nobody wants to see
Obstacle
that.
courses are trash.
Yeah, obstacle courses are unless you're gonna put them in put them in the American Ninja Warrior obstacle
Nah,
course.
chill. That's against their contract.
Exactly,
They'll probably
because
tear
that
that
would
shit
actually be difficult.
I want to
and
see a
funny.
mini golf tournament. I want to see.
I'm
them
not
play
watching
other
2
sports.
hours of mini golf. Shut up.
I want to see mini.
Yeah,
I wanna see
yeah, you
dodgeball.
thought about it, it was like,
I
yeah,
did.
I don't wanna see
did.
2
I was
hours
like,
of mini
that would
golf.
actually be. That's worse than watching the Clippers play.
The dodgeball's okay. You can keep that. That's on the cusp.
Hopscotch, double dutch. Let's go double dutch. I want to see. I'm telling you.
Let's play beer pong. Let's see Gronk. Let's see Gronk go against what's the
Marco Polo?
Kitty head up in beer pong.
Kitty. Who's Kitty?
The tight end from San Francisco.
Kittle.
Kittle. There
George
you go.
Kittle.
Yeah,
'Cause he went
Kittle.
to Iowa, and you assume he can drink a lot.
Yeah, and he's kind of fatty. I heard him on the Jim Rome show this week.
He is kind of fatty.
Yeah, he's low key the
He got-
reincarnation of Gronk.
He has some sauce. He's just faster. He runs like a 4.46 or something like that. 4.49, whatever.
But yeah, man. Outside of that, the Pro Bowl was an abomination. Any other thoughts you got on that topic? That sorry ass game that we never watched.
They stopped playing, honestly. And it's like that touchdown to Jalen Ramsey was utterly useless. But I get why Deion Sanders was talking trash about it. But it's like, bro, why would you why would you want to get injured in the Pro Bowl? I understand that. But how they did it, unless they're gonna make it into like some full on, where like
Just make it 7-on-7,
I
then, bro.
want linemen-
Take the pads off.
I want linemen to get touchdown catches too.
Yeah, do something like that,
Let's
bro.
cut the
Make it a
bullshit.
full on.
Let's make
7-on-7.
skills block and linemen got to pass, run, and catch and all that.
Hey, that's a good idea. Look at you coming to the table with good ideas. What is this? 2019.
This is the great.
Damn, this is what happens when you get back in school, kids. When you pick up a book, you come up with some ideas.
I didn't pick up a book. I'm just naturally really intelligent and gifted.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but yeah.
Excuse you? Like I'll help Jackie go get her baseball bat. I know she plays softball, but you play catcher.
First base.
Wait,
base?
first of all, if you don't have a softball mitt and or a bat in the back of your car right now, you are not a real softball player.
She's in
I got a
a
whole
league.
bag. I got my
Okay.
cleats, my,
All right, okay.
my glove,
She
everything.
comes correct.
All right, okay.
I'm on a
okay.
co-ed softball team.
Just making sure. Okay,
How you gonna
just
call
making
me
sure.
out?
Hey, you don't even
Just
look at her
making sure.
social media. You're not even supporting her.
I'm just making sure you're not a culture vulture. That's all.
Wow.
Yo, let's talk about
And I
softball.
play twice a week.
I used to be the number one softball cheerleader back in high school.
Bro, that's because
I was a
always-
softball groupie.
your
Yeah,
girl
you
played
were-
on the softball team?
No
You were
comment.
trying to holler?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Let's have her call in. But
No
speaking
comment.
of that, let's just take some time out because Jackie, you are here, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you, and we're going to talk about it. Women. I mean, obviously, the NFL's marketing to women now, as far as like sports and being a part of the whole fandom situation. But how would you describe your experience as a female who loves football?
Well, first of all, how are they marketing to women right now?
They have like the female jerseys, like they go
They
the
have
pink
the
jerseys.
pink.
They like super cut and specific now more than ever. When like 5 years ago, they weren't doing that.
Well, Alyssa Milano had started a company that had jerseys for women for all sports. So I don't know if it's just starting now, but it's always been there
Not like for the NFL though, like they market heavier
for women.
towards women. Like when it comes to like the experience, like obviously I've seen those, but like there's more. They literally did like an all female commercial last year. I think it was either before the Super Bowl or like around that time.
That's awesome, though. I really think that there are more women getting into sports, and I'm glad that they are starting to realize that. I think but there's always been women fans. Yeah. Maybe they didn't vocalize it as much. Yeah. I recently got into football maybe about 5 years ago, and it was because of the people that I was hanging out with, and they would watch sports. A lot of them like to bet, so we, and all that. So, but I started learning and asking them. So ever since I got into football, we have a mixture. There's 49er fans, there's Saints fans, there's Cowboy fans, and now there's Rams fans.
I hate two of those fan bases.
Well, those are my group of friends that we all watch sports. We actually went to New Orleans together, and we went to Dallas together to watch the Dallas Cowboys versus Saints. So it was something, I don't know, I enjoy it. I like it. But I still have a lot to learn. Like, for example, I thought that during the Rams game versus the Saints game, when there was overtime, I thought they were both going to be able to have a chance to score.
No,
that's only college football.
So is that a new rule or something? Because I could have sworn it was.
They've tweaked it, but it's only new that like if let's say the Saints go down to kick a field goal, the game's not over. It's like if you score a touchdown first in overtime, you win automatically.
Yeah, man. Honestly, the overtime rules are pretty stupid.
They should just make them exactly like college. Put the ball at like the 50 or the 30, whatever.
Nah, they should just make it like basketball where it's just a regular quarter. You play, the winner at the time after the time expires is the winner.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if there's not a winner, then you go to another quarter.
Well, that's kind of like baseball too. So you play another inning, and then at the end of the inning, the home team, they get their last chance at bat. If they don't score, and the visiting team did score, then they win.
Well, initially, the way it was set up was, and overtime, you score or you win. That was it.
Sudden death.
Regardless of if you got the ball first, so people would win
on a coin flip.
Yeah, basically off a coin flip. You wouldn't
Okay.
even get a chance to touch the ball. So then they kind of made it where it was like, oh, okay, now you have to go and score a touchdown and then you win. Because people would literally just drive 30 yards, kick a field goal, and win. It was so corny.
And Tom Brady has like a 90% win percentage when he wins the coin flip in overtime.
I just want to say really quickly too. I'm into basketball too, and I'm into baseball. Baseball's my number one sport. But of all these three sports, I will say football's energy in the stadiums is completely something I've never seen. Especially when I went to the New Orleans Saints game. So it's something that's very enjoyable.
It's because football, number one,
brings out the worst in people.
Well, yeah. Besides that, but it
And
also
the
brings
best.
out the best in people because you have people of different body types. Where like you're not necessarily going to see 6'7", 370-pound people in any sport outside of football.
True.
So it kind of just
Sumo wrestling.
brings everyone together, and then essentially there's so many different moving parts that it's like there's different characters and different people for them to attach themselves to. And lastly, obviously, football stadiums are the biggest stadium, so it's the most people, biggest people, and like because it. I mean, even though it's not technically America's pastime, I would say it's the most American game for sure.
Definitely.
Just because when you really think about it, football makes no fucking sense.
It really doesn't.
Like
rugby. Well,
we took rugby and combined it with hockey and was like, this is our new sport.
Well, like if we let black dudes with no pads play football rugby style, a lot of white dudes would have got killed. Like Jim Brown was killing people when he was like playing lacrosse and every other sport and playing football. And like literally, if you go back and look at film of him playing, Jim Brown, he was just a grown man. It was horrifying. So imagine no pads and all the racial components back then, and then we fast forward the game to now, where like everyone's doing spark training in the off season. There's no tackling. I honestly, it would be horrifying at the high school level to see all those kids with no pads. Because rugby injuries are real. I played rugby one time, got kicked in the head insanely hard after I scored.
Oh, shit.
Like simultaneously. But I still scored, so it's all good.
Yeah, I was gonna play on the CSUN rugby team, but
They have a rugby
they
team?
sucked
Yeah.
really bad.
No,
the
not
girls'
even
team
that.
was like national title
I
contenders.
just didn't have the time. It was hard.
And you probably
But
would've-
yeah, I went to like 2
you
practices.
threatened to go body with a tongue, and I remember you're like, or was that the flag football one?
I don't know what. I
I think it was flag football. But honestly,
Bro, what did I tell you about dry snitching? Like
That's
this
not
shit
dry
really.
snitching.
That
Everyone
was
I know-
literally dry snitching. You literally just dry
everyone
snitched
I
on
know
the
has
air.
almost got into a fight. I've almost got into a fight playing flag football because there's always that one asshole who thinks he's gonna make it to the NFL off a flag football game.
Yeah. Plus, I had a nice pass rush. That was back
You
when
got
I
a
was an
clean
explosive
release.
athlete,
Yeah, when you ran a nice 5-1-5.
which you still don't believe I did, but I did run a 5-1-5.
I think you ran a 5-3.
You can ask Dion about that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna totally get Deion Sanders to come here and verify your 40 that he doesn't remember.
Yeah. No, I ran a 5. I did. My second run was a 5-3. So yeah, you're
5-3,
right.
5-4. I know. Come
Yeah,
on.
but my
you
top
just had
run.
great acceleration.
My top run was a 5-1.
Which no one ever counts. They never count your first run. They always like, what'd you run the second time? And then they average it out. But anyway,
All right,
back
man.
to Jackie. Nah, I got one more question. So you
Kenny
said
just doesn't
Raiders
want.
fans are
Kenny
the
just
worst.
doesn't want to do content this week. That's why
No,
he's.
I do.
deflecting.
I just
Go
need
ahead.
this question answered for my own.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks, Maul. Thanks, Rory or Parks, whatever you are this week. No, you're Savon. Anyway, so you said that Raiders fans are like the worst kind of fans.
Oh yeah, you need to adjust
I-
this. You've been talking about this.
This
for
is
about
we're gonna call this segment, I don't know, sports court, fan court.
fan court. We're bringing you on fan court right now.
Oh, my
Yep.
God.
As our first inaugural guest of fan court. You're up to bat. I just want to know why you think Raiders fans are the worst type of people, even though you have Niners fans amongst you.
Well, the 49er fans that I do have, they're both females, actually. And my experience with them is fine. I've had experiences, or just I've seen and observed Raider fans, and they just start, I feel like their first instinct just to fight. They want to throw down. They just want to, I don't know. Like, you
All
guys
right,
are
that's it. Let's throw
angry.
down.
Angry. Like, literally, I seen it. It's
She was gonna
She
say
synced
you
it.
guys.
I seen
She
it.
was gonna say you people.
You Raider fans are horrible people. No,
They're suffering through gentrification.
no, come on now. You're gonna tell me that the whole stereotype of Raider fans does not exist? Are you serious?
It's
Okay.
it's a
okay.
falsity.
Wait.
It's a
No.
false
No.
equivalency.
Wait. Your Honor. Let me speak.
Your Honor.
First of all,
Prosecution and
you're a Dodger fan. Like, you're a Dodger fan. Dodger fans are way worse than Raiders fans.
No.
First of all,
No.
He clapped
Dodger
like a black
fans
bum.
are
He clapped
way
like my
worse.
mom.
How many cholos in the hood you know that are diehard
That
ass
is 15
Dodger
claps.
fans?
Most Dodger fans are Raider
Yeah.
fans. So
Nah.
Nah.
I'm an Angels fan, first off.
Nah.
They're the first team I saw playing baseball when I was a kid.
Yeah. They're...
I will say yes. I'm very upset with those Dodger fans who have made us
Bro,
look
we can't
bad.
even go to a Dodger game and drink in the parking lot because you guys lost that
Why are you
privilege.
laughing so hard?
Because the Dodger fans are like quietly the worst. Like, I don't know how Dodger fans like really fly under the
Please
radar when
record
they're
this.
really the worst fans. Like, Dodger fans are
No,
really
Giants
aggressive.
fans are the worst
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
They get
Giants fans
trashed.
are gonna burn in hell.
Giant fans are worse than us.
Nah.
Yes, they
But
are.
as far as Oakland to LA, we need to know why. What experience exactly did you
Who
have?
hurt you?
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
No comment.
I was like, as long as you don't say who hasn't, I would be like, damn.
No comment.
All right. Well, we find you guilty of stereotyping Raiders fans.
False equivalency.
No, because you
And-
just compared them to Dodger fans, and I agreed with you. I was like, most Dodger fans are Raider
Exactly.
fans.
So
it's
my
the
point
same
was
fan.
proven. So yeah, it makes
it's
you
a push?
hypocritical.
So why do I want to be a part
It's a
of
hypocritical-
two of those teams?
Okay, so you are now assigned to wearing a Raiders jersey for one day.
No, hell to the
You gotta
no.
come
And you
to the
must-
draft party.
You must
wearing
watch
a Raiders jersey.
You must watch one full Raider game
Hell to the
uninterrupted,
no. Hell to the no.
against
sober.
If they play the Rams, you gotta watch that.
Oh no.
You gotta show up to a Rams.
I'm gonna
game.
wear my Rams gear. I'm not gonna wear no Raiders gear.
That's cool, but you gotta at least make one Raiders fan.
You'll be
friend.
held in
You gotta
contempt.
make you gotta make 2 Raiders fans who are friends this year,
I am friends.
not
with-
including us.
I am.
We're gonna bring a bunch of Raiders fans and pack out ladies' night on Friday. How
Oh,
about
no.
that?
I'm just gonna. I don't
Pull
even.
up.
I don't have
We're
work
about-
tomorrow.
You're gonna see us all just in face paint, silver and black, shoulder pads.
I'm gonna just show
all
up with a
come
random
through.
Raiders beanie on. just to-
Security.
Dressed up
Security.
as gorillas, like
Security.
Well, fam, we can't be dressed like gorillas. That's the Dr. Death thing. We might get sued. That whole situation. But nah, for real. Like, are you talking about Oakland fans in LA or Oakland fans in Oakland? Because that's a distinction too.
Raider fans in LA.
All right, okay. Now let's delve deep into that. Do you also dislike Chargers fans in LA?
No.
Do you know any Chargers fans in LA?
Yes.
Have you been to a Chargers game?
No. Why am I being interrogated?
yeah, I
It's
don't
just-
know.
I'm just-
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just I as the
This is
judge.
Kenny's show.
I need
What's the next-
information.
We already found her guilty, bro.
What's the
Go
next
ahead.
topic?
Go ahead, Kenny. It's your show.
Cool.
Where are we
No,
going to
no,
next?
You got the next topic.
Yeah, nah, come on. It's your show. Let's go. Let's go,
right,
hey,
Cool. Well, the Senior Bowl happened.
Mike. Okay, what happened at the Senior Bowl, sir?
John Gruden slapped a bunch of stickers on players.
Which, by the way, was stupid as hell.
It really was
Honestly.
stupid. I feel like that's a form of collusion, like
No.
tipping your hand. I don't know.
No, besides all that, that's like, for those of you out there who have ever been in a fraternity or sorority or any sort of organization where, you essentially get hazed, the military, police, whatever,
This radio station.
bands, whatever it is. That's like someone coming to you and you not even like pledging allegiance to that organization and them giving you whatever the symbol of aligning to that organization is.
A letter.
That shield, that symbol stands for a lot. Like
So-
a lot. Like you're talking about that Raiders shield
he
goes
hoarded
back
out.
to the 50s.
You're
Like
saying he hoarded out the Raider symbol.
it
Like
stands
Vegas is doing.
for the Bay itself. It stands for the Oakland. It stands for
The Black Panthers.
Silver and Black, the Black Panthers, the Hells
Black
Angels,
people.
like everything that goes into. It's not just black people. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's the
Black
culture of
Panthers were
Oakland.
black. That's what I mean.
But yeah, man. So just to kind of hand that out to me is kind of disrespectful because it disrespects all we have a saying as Raiders fans: once a Raider, always a Raider, and that's true. You can go on any player's Twitter who's been a Raiders fan, who's been a Raiders player, and guarantee they have thousands of Raiders fans who still tweet at them shit
Napoleon
about
Kaufman,
within the Raiders.
Pastor Napoleon.
Point is, it's disrespectful to all the people who worn that shield to just give it out to some college scrub who has a 50% chance of maybe making the league
Adderley
because they made
though.
one play during practice or one play during a game. And really, by the end of the
Adderley
game,
was nice in the Senior
by the
Bowl.
game, Gruden and Gunther were really just slapping stickers on everyone's helmets.
Sacks, catches, touchdowns.
And so, honestly, and I get it. I played football. I know what a sticker on your helmet means.
I got screwed out of getting my sticker my senior year, but whatever.
I always had stickers. Literally, since I was a freshman.
I got injured, and then I was never given my stickers, but I had beef with like half.
But you didn't want to have too many stickers in high school because that means you didn't hit. Like you wanted to make sure your stickers were messed up a little
defensive
bit.
touchdowns, yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, man, I thought it was stupid. Other standouts from the Senior Bowl.
Andy Isabella, who looks as fast as advertised and pretty good. Mon Marshall out of USC, the corner.
Can everyone stop dick riding Drew Lock? It's getting disgusting. It's like Blake Bortles 2.0.
Nah, it's more like he's Nick Foles with more mobility.
Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, he looks like Paxton Lynch. I honestly think Amir Hall should have been invited to the game, but whatever. Tyree Jackson out of Buffalo looked all right, but I hope he doesn't end up like Josh Freeman. But he does have some Joe Flacco to his game, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes.
I just think
I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots drafted Tyree Jackson, though.
I just think, like, didn't we learn enough from Blaine Gabbert?
Didn't he throw like 21 touchdowns the year before, or 12 touchdowns the year before? He had that big year with Missouri, and Aldon Smith was on the defense.
Shout out to Alden, wherever he is. Hope you're good, man.
Wherever he is.
But yeah, man, other people, according to your boy, my boy, actually. I thought this was Matt Miller's, but this is Mo Morton's Bleacher Report.
No, I'm just playing.
He shouted out Debo Samuel.
That boy's nice.
Isabella, who you already talked
Andy
about.
Isabella. I think out of Massachusetts.
Andre Dillard, tackle out of Washington State, which people
he
are
gave up
saying
no sacks. Like
people are saying this tackle class is actually really deep and really good, which makes the Raiders stupid
for taking Brandon Parker. Even
but
though me and
timing
Obi
for the Rams and the Chargers, who both need offensive tackles.
Yeah, because Whitworth is getting up there in age. He's old in the tooth.
And Russell Okung's been like fringe good for like 5 years.
He's like a solid 78 overall.
Montez Sweat, who's been
he destroyed a guy,
pretty much all year. Terrell Hanks, New Mexico State
linebacker.
Rock Ya-Sin out of Temple.
Rock Ya-Sin.
He's been getting a lot of high praise.
Corner, he suplexed a guy. There's a picture of him doing it. Shout out to that photographer.
Nazir Adderley from Delaware.
A
lot of people are saying the Raiders are going to get him in the end of the top of the back end of the first round. And
they got a Kyler Murray going to the Raiders.
And my boy Wes Hills, who actually got hurt early in the game, but he was an NFLPA Collegiate Bowl MVP, played his way into the Senior Bowl, and actually was really, really good throughout all weeks of practice. And everyone was talking about, who's this kid from Slippery Rock? Yeah, your boy interviewed him. But besides that, he got hurt. Hopes he gets healthy and gets back to it. But yeah, man, dude's quietly rising up Senior Bowl. So rising up draft boards. So look out for him. Outside of that, man, we gotta talk about the Kaepernick shit that happened this week because we always talk about Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So pretty much, in case you missed it, Roger Goodell was talking to the media, and
wait 1 second. That's what I was gonna say. One last thing to Jackie. You
Seriously?
had video. No, she had video because Goodell talked about the replay for the Rams Saints game, and there's an article that lets them actually restart the game and reverse the call, and he didn't do it. What did you see from video that was sent to you that explains away that no call on pass interference? Give us your grade A analysis.
Wait, you're talking about the video I showed you before?
Yeah. That one. What did that video entail?
That one of the Rams tipped the ball before it got to the the other player, the Saints player.
And since this is the teaching moment,
yes, I don't know the rules, so you explained it to me.
You called it out, yeah. You called it out. Anytime a defender tips the ball, a pass interference is null and void because the trajectory of the ball was interrupted. Therefore, it cannot be pass interference. Even on the kill where we totally power drive to Tommy Lee Lewis's chest, Michael Brocker's got a hand on the ball.
Yep.
Okay. So my rebuttal to that is, why hasn't the NFL said anything about that? Number one. Number two,
which feeds back into your story.
Why did they fine Roby Coleman
more than Michael Thomas got fired? Yeah, more than Michael Thomas got fined for the cell phone incident.
But yeah, man, yeah, see, you threw me off because I was going to get to the Saints shit at the end. But
no, but I'm tying in Roger Goodell's hypocrisy and lack of silence, and now the contrast is he opened his mouth about Kaepernick and had much to say. I was literally just throwing it back to you.
Yeah, man, so... Well, now I don't know where to go, so why don't you go ahead and just do it?
No, talk about it. You got it up there right in front of you. Pretty much, Goodell hired a focus group and separated off age and race, I guess, and did a poll on if people like Kaepernick or not. And if you base it off, if you separate age and race, guess how many people don't like Kaepernick and guess how many you do. And he also came out and said if Kaepernick was good enough to play for a team, teams would have signed him, even though he was good enough. And everybody except the three of us in this room played quarterback in the NFL this year.
Well, and that's pretty much what Kaepernick's agent said was he pretty much mocked the president, saying he got roasted on social media justly because guess what? Mark Sanchez, Mark Sanchez, senior butt fumble, Mission Viejo, I think, or Tribuco Hills, one of those schools. Finance.
He went to Mission Viejo.
Yeah, one of them.
No, definitely Mission Viejo.
Pretty much went from not starting since week 15 of 2015 to starting a game for the Washington Redskins on Sunday Night Football.
Deadskins.
Yeah. So there you have it. Kaepernick skipped over for no reason. Like and at the time we talked about it, Jay Gruden described it as, well, you know, I didn't want to have to change my offense for Kaepernick and yada, yada, yada.
Even though they run a zone scheme offense, which has a lot of...
which we talked about, and people on Twitter called out, was like, your scheme is actually closer to the one that he ran in San Francisco, both under Harbaugh and Chip Kelly, than anything that Mark Sanchez ran in Philadelphia.
And USC.
Yeah. So there you have it. All right, man, and something you already alluded to, the whole beef with the Saints and the commissioner. So pretty much, as we've been talking about, the commissioner, he pretty much was like, he was getting called out by Saints players. One of them, Watson, the tight end, pretty much saying
Watson.
He sent him like a really, really nice, the equivalent of like, you know, when a white woman goes off on you at work and speaks to your supervisor, pretty much the equivalent of that, but to the commissioner, basically saying all this nice flattery, but like, hey, I'm right, so answer my need because I'm the customer type of shit. Pretty much penned this whole letter saying, hey, commissioner, you need to lead by example by, you know, issuing a statement on this because this happened and it affected us and we have the highest quality game and it needs to be addressed. Yada, yada, yada. Goodell came out this week and was like, yeah, I've been talking to Sean Payton. I've been talking to, you know, guys at the Saints. And it's unfortunate when officiating comes into the play because we don't want that to be the highlight. But officials are human.
And all-pro wide receiver Michael Thomas said he never called us.
And what is it, Zach Strief?
Zach Strife, yeah, he went in on him.
Yeah,
I think he's a former Saint.
Yeah, he pretty much went in on him too, and was like,
T.O. killed the refs, by the way. Terrell Owens killed all this, which is ironic because I have popcorn right here.
Yeah, and pretty much he said the same thing. He said he never called him. He said he was flat out lying. He stands on a podium and just flat out lies to people, and that something needs to be done about him consistently lying, which, as we know, Goodell and the NFL have been lying for a really long time about different various shit till they get caught up.
And then they change the narrative by like either pandering to women or breast cancer.
But let me
other
ask you this,
causes.
Kenny: how are Saints
they don't
fans
really
ever
care.
going to get over this?
They're
Are
never
they
going to
ever
get
going to
over
get
it.
over it?
They're never going to get over it.
Is this their tuck rule?
It's bigger than the tuck rule.
Is it?
This is like that scene in the courtroom of New Jack City with Nino Brown pointing at that one light skinned dude, saying, "This is bigger than me. This is bigger than all of us." There's money involved. Like there's betting lines. There's, the Saints had a home game and should have been at this game. You think about how much money it was going to generate for them. And by the way, New Orleans fans, Louisiana, invading Atlanta, that would have been a sight. There would have been blood in the street, probably. Mainly from Saints fans, because like Saints fans and Falcons fans hate each other, and Atlanta just wants everybody to be miserable. Shout out to Future again.
All right, man. So let's move on. Let's go to touchdown or turnover. All right. First of all, I'll use one of your college football spots, and you can tell me if it's a touchdown or a turnover. Cool. Graham Harrell was named the USC offensive coordinator.
That's all right. Hold on. Let me read what Wu said. Should refs get fined for bad calls? No calls. Players get fined. Well, actually, I'll answer that question last. But to answer your question first, don't shake your head at me.
This is why you can't be A Mike, bro.
No, this is why I can be A Mike, because sometimes you just have to go with it, and you should also always respond to listener engagement.
Yeah, at the appropriate time, not when I'm asking you a question.
No, because I can actually do both. So to answer your question, it's a touchdown, but unfortunately, it's kind of a little bit too late. The body's already dead. The bleeding is already. This body just bled out. USC lost Brew McCoy to Texas. He literally transferred.
Is USC ever going to be good again?
No.
Are they going to be the powerhouse they were?
No. I blame Pete Carroll and I blame the NCAA for essentially giving them the equivalent of the death penalty.
They did not get the death penalty.
Bro, they got 30 scholarship reductions. Don't talk to me.
They didn't get SMU'd.
They got SMU'd for a private university for a team like that. You think Alabama?
SMU is a private university.
But SMU isn't on the level of a USC in any category.
They were then.
Name 5 great SMU players for me. Aside from Craig
Eric Dickerson.
And beside Eric Dickerson and Craig, what's his face? The guy that everybody hates.
Okay, Emmanuel Sanders.
That's a modern day player, but okay, go ahead.
The receiver from Denver, Cortland Sutton.
Okay, that's 2, and they're not great yet. It's too early in their careers.
All right, well,
you named one Hall of Famer and Craig James.
You got me.
Okay, then
I got 4.
Reggie Bush,
4.
Matt Leinart, Lindell White, Dwayne Jarrett. Like a lot of these cats are probably going to end up in the College Football Hall of Fame, by the way.
Because that's such a great accomplishment.
Actually, it is. Mike Vick is in the College Football Hall of Fame. Where
He is.
Okay, then. So don't shit on your idol.
All right, next thing, man.
But yeah, Graham Hill. They actually maybe Kyle Ford might sign with them. They lost all their 5-star recruits. USC's in a bad way. Like everybody's going to. If you're a receiver, you go to somewhere like Oklahoma or Bama or
Receivers actually going to Bama. I think you talked about that like 2 seasons ago.
It's gross. I don't know why they like. A third caller? This is like a similar number. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling
What about
from?
the great Robert Wood?
We already talked about Robert Woods.
Robert Woods, Marquise Lee. The fact that you were on point with that Robert Woods take. Yeah, we talked about him, though. I say he's probably
All
going
right,
to be
that's true.
one-
Well, the Saints can suck it. Get over it.
Boom! I like this guy.
All right, I lost money on that Fail Mary. It was a damn touchdown or interception, so people got to get over it.
Pick
Bad
routes.
calls all the time. Des Bryant, that was a catch.
Right.
It was a catch.
Okay, now we're going 5 years back.
I know. Let's keep going.
How about the tuck
Yeah.
roll, Bob?
No. Let's go before the tuck roll. There's a lot
Tuck
that happened
roll.
in between there.
The immaculate
Well,
reception.
I mean,
That
honestly,
Steelers
though, like,
Cardinals
the tuck
Super Bowl?
roll, it was in the snow. That was a little sketch, but this one was like blatant. But I still don't think he would have caught it. So fuck it.
2 tears in a bucket.
Anything else you want to say since you're hijacking our show tonight?
Nah, I like it.
I think you guys do good work. I appreciate all the football talk. You cover every level, but let's go Rams.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Go Rams.
That's what I call it, Ramily
All
right
have
there.
a good one, guys.
Have a good one.
Was that Bob again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Bob.
That was Bob.
I think I know who Bob is now.
OG, triple OG.
All right, man. So next up, Tony Romo. He's getting consideration for head coaching jobs. What, 2 years?
What?
Out of being a quarterback? Is that a touchdown or a turnover?
I'm sorry.
A turnover like every game Tony Romo's ever had in the postseason. Literally never won a postseason.
Like-
Or no, wait.
like-
I'm sorry. He beat Ndamukong Suh and the Detroit Lions and cost me getting my hair dyed 3 years ago, and I'm still mad about it because
I
Sue
remember that.
and
You did have your
Megatron
hair dyed.
and all of them, they got robbed, bro. There was something with the catch with Megatron that year where they got robbed.
Megatron got robbed of a lot of great catches in his career. That's why he should have been a Raider.
Yeah, man. That shit was sus. All right, but yeah, Tony Romo, it's definitely a turnover. Stay in the booth, man. You're good there.
Yeah, it's more.
And
of
honestly,
it's more of a turnover than what's his face?
Jason Witten's not that good.
It's more of a turnover than Jason Witten breaking the Pro Bowl MVP trophy and being a shit commentator.
Yeah, man. He should just go live his life. He was a good football player, but shit commentator.
He should go, like everything that Tara Owens and Des Bryant ever
and
said
on
about
tangent,
them was right.
Tangent. You ready for this? Hines Ward played with 11 different quarterbacks. His 1,000 yards was a lot different than Isaac Bruce's or Torrey Holt's.
Isaac Bruce played with a bunch of QBs
wait,
too.
wait.
No,
Hold on. Second point.
Overrated.
Second point. I think they said Hines Ward blocked for like 10,000-yard rushers. He
They had
played
a Hall
on
of
a
Fame
run
offensive
team.
line.
They had teams with where running backs got hundreds of carries. He didn't get hundreds of chances to catch the ball like other receivers. I just wanted to bring that up because he was on the Rome show this week, and Rome asked him what it would mean to be a Hall of Fame, and he's like, "Yeah, I know it's debatable, and I'm probably not going to get in." But
I think he's a Hall of Famer. He's just not.
But he
over
cited
Isaac
those
Bruce.
different things and was like, "Yeah." So, you know, I had different challenges.
He had Alan Faneca. He had a Hall of Fame offensive line in front of him. He had Jerome Bettis.
And you know what he
had
has
Willie
now?
Parker. He had
Ed
Hall of-
Reed's
he had-
respect.
he-
Even
he had
bro,
Hall of Fame
they even
defense.
talked to he was like, "Yeah, I talked to Ed Reed. We haven't talked in like 5 years, but we're cool now." Pretty much, we both said we both have like permanent bruises from each other and like pain in our neck because we really used to just
Willis McGahee
crack the shit out of each other.
Willis McGahee and I think it was Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark damn near killed each other.
Yeah, man. I'm
So-
gonna miss that football.
We really got to go back and we really don't really like. Damn, they're all giving each other CTE with every
Yeah,
hit.
we're really not gonna see that level of hitting ever
Like,
again.
Ed Reed played so hard and like such a great player that he has like just gray hair at least like 38. That's insane how he had gray hair early.
Bro, you know what's crazy though? Like how good a player like Bob Sanders would be right now.
Bob Sanders would
because-
be perfect. He'd be a nickel linebacker.
Exactly. And the best part is he wouldn't have to hurt his body so much like he did then.
Taking on left tackles and right tackles and guards.
Just smacking people.
At 5'8".
Yeah, bro. That's ridiculous. But yeah, off
But they
that
also-
tangent,
they
I just wanted to
overly
say
used
that,
him. It
bro.
was kinda
I
sad.
just wanted to say that about Hines Ward because
Hines Ward.
this is an ongoing debate that we have on the Touchdowns and Tangents show.
Because he's not better than Isaac Bruce. Because Isaac Bruce has 91 touchdowns.
All right, man. I guess we're the
He-
official
he
Rams
was good
PR
in San
show.
Francisco at the
we
end,
do
too.
PR for the Rams now, everybody. Hello.
Damn right we do.
Hello. All right, next topic. This week, Juju's been making his rounds at
Did
the
you want that beat?
Super Bowl media day, media week, whatever you want to call it. And one of the things he said was he wants the Pittsburgh Steelers to stop acting like the Kardashians. And we've talked about the story all through the week. It came up a lot. Hines also talked about it, about how it falls on Tomlin. He pretty much called out Tomlin for essentially, getting rid of the team that won the Super Bowl with Cowher and building this whole culture and kicking people out for wearing the college shorts. And now
They kicked him out for wearing their college football shorts?
yeah, Hines said that's one of the reasons why he got cut, because he would wear Georgia shorts.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and he was very drill sergeant, and now he pretty much let AB do whatever he wants.
Well, he
Lets Big
started
Ben
off-
have a weekly radio show where he calls out players, and pretty much has completely reversed the Steelers way.
You already know how I feel about Ben Roethlisberger.
But yeah,
he
I
should be in
mean,
jail somewhere. But you know, hey.
but yeah. So is that a touchdown or turnover? Young Juju, second-year player, pretty much calling out the 30-year-old men who are essentially in the media.
I think it's a
out
touchdown
their
for
dirty laundry.
Juju because he probably just won the locker room over, and now they're really going to want to get rid of Antonio Brown. It would be easier to fire Mike Tomlin now. But people got to remember, Mike Tomlin got no respect when he first got that Steelers job.
Because he was 34.
They were like, no, because he was a black head coach, and they were like, oh,
I don't even think he had been a D coordinator. He might have just been a DB coach.
I think he was a D coordinator, but they're like
for like 1 year maybe.
Still,
yeah,
he's better than Keith Butler. But anyway, he's like, oh, you're gonna replace Bill Cowher. First off, Bill Cowher had how many chances to win Super Bowls and didn't? So let's stop acting like Bill Cowher's the greatest head coach ever. All right,
he has as many as Madden.
Okay, he has one. Tomlin got one too. I don't care if it was with his players, but he maintained success for the Steeler franchise years after Cowher's gone. So it's like, if you look at it, the Steelers have only had like five head coaches in their entire history.
Not slandering Mike Tomlin, but like honestly, you're giving him more credit than he deserves.
No, I'm saying
because
there are no Troy Polamalu's on that team. You think they would have let what happened to Le'Veon Bell? You think
Hines said it.
Jerome Bettis would have done that? Hines Ward, they would have done that?
They're the Cincinnati Bengals of like 5 years ago.
They are.
They're a great team on paper, but we're talking more about what they're doing off the field than actually winning.
Exactly. So I'm asking you, would the veterans on those old Steeler teams have purposely spoke out against the man, Le'Veon Bell, who deserved to get paid? Like, even Willie Parker got paid. Like, everybody was like, Le'Veon don't deserve it, but we want him back. Our offense is suffering because of him. Our defense can't tackle because of Le'Veon. So explain to me how Hines Ward. Did anybody ask Hines Ward that? I just want to know. Because everybody got paid except Le'Veon.
Yeah, because Le'Veon's a running back.
No, it's
and because they've been giving him 1,000 touches a week.
And he literally made it easier. He added years to Big Ben's career.
All right, but honest. Yeah, man, pretty much I think it's a touchdown too. Someone got to get control of that locker room.
It's a touchdown because they're probably going to replace him with a white head coach, and they're going to move on from Big Ben by drafting a QB.
Hopefully this year.
Probably, I'd say Tyree Jackson.
Yeah, hopefully not in the fourth round.
No, they have Mason Rudolph already.
All right, man, and last one. So, Melvin Gordon, the Chargers running backs. Yes, somehow we are talking about the Chargers during Super Bowl week. Melvin Gordon pretty much has said he's going to wait for Le'Veon Bell to sign his free agent deal before he does any sort of extension talks. Is that a touchdown or a turnover? It's tough, right? I'm going to say it's a turnover.
Because he could end up like Le'Veon.
Because he could get hurt. He's been hurt. He's been hurt. He needs to just get his guaranteed money and call it a day.
Honestly, I think they're willing to pay him and let Rivers go.
You know why they're going to? Well, here's the thing.
And Pouncey isn't.
Gurley got his money, so
yeah.
Gordon's probably going to want more than him, even though he probably shouldn't get more than him. But that's probably what he's going to start his baseline at. And so he wants Le'Veon money. You're not getting Le'Veon touches. I'm sorry, man. You're a great player, but yeah.
He serves the same purpose as Le'Veon in the Chargers offense. But like I look at guys like Tyrell Williams, who's a deep threat and gonna be a free agent. The Chargers got some choices to make this offseason. But I got one for you. Touchdown or turnover. Remember the policy the NFL draft or the NFL Combine enacted? If you have like domestic violence charges in your past or whatever, you can't go. So potential top 10 pick Jeffrey Simmons, Mississippi State defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons, he's been informed that among the college players, he's not invited to the Combine because of his past domestic violence issues. And the same thing for Colorado State wide receiver Preston Williams. Is that a touchdown or a turnover in general?
I would say it's a touchdown. I mean, a rule's a rule. You know, I reside on that school, but I really don't know enough about them to
Their
really go into
circumstances.
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if let's say if their circumstances, like Laramie Tunsil got popped with domestic violence, but he beat up like his stepdad, and then like the pictures of him with a gas mask smoking weed came out, and he was one pick away from being a Raider.
Yep.
That's how far he fell.
Yep.
So he was the 13th overall pick, and now he's in Miami, lingering in obscurity and failure.
All right, man. So let's get to the rants. You can go first, since you've been ranting
All right,
randomly.
cool.
I think it's because I cut you off at the beginning of the show. You were kind of like all over the place. I didn't let you get your full open forum out. I think that's what happened.
Kind of like right now.
Yeah, I'm mansplaining for you.
You're gaslighting me.
Yeah, I'm gaslighting
Piece
you.
of shit.
Wait. Oh, you're gonna talk? Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute you.
Yeah, like you're supposed to do. Wow. Yeah, Kenny's following the rules now.
Yeah, you're still talking.
That's why you're not A-Mike.
No, I actually just sometimes the best content is the stuff you actually aren't supposed to hear. But anyway, it's been a really emotionally heavy week for me. Like, it's weird. I was trying to crash a class, and I did successfully, and the permission number wasn't working, and I was like, damn, I need like 6 units so I can make sure I can graduate in May, and then take those 6 units I need in the summer and get my diploma and fully be done with college, because I'm actually thinking about law school too. And like, randomly went up to English department. They hooked it up. Ran into a random dude. Shout out to Frank. He's also rooting for the Rams to win the Super Bowl. He hooked it up, and he was like, yeah, sometimes the permission numbers, like, they're usually a letter off or something like that, but you're good. You're fine. And I was just stressing, like, damn, I just need this class. Like, I get paid next week. I'll just rough it out a couple days until I get paid. And sadly, I get paid on the 6th, and then, like, I get paid on the 20th, and my birthday is on the 19th. I'm kind of hot about that. But, pretty sure my friends have something planned for me for my birthday coming up.
I don't have shit planned for you.
So, shout out to Pete just saying I don't have shit planned for you. If we want something planned for Mancini, I see how it is. But nah, in all seriousness, I got that done. Got some camera equipment checked out that I needed. And I'm really excited because I'm taking a photography class. And it's kind of it was always one of my fears when I was like an up and coming editor, and I was like, damn, like I don't know how to take photos. Like to the level that I know some cats can. Shout out to the homie Raul. But yeah, man, it was really interesting. And then I had a mentor talk to me about my future. Pete, shut up. But yeah, I'm throwing around the word mentor. So I had a mentor tell me, like, you know what, man? It's okay to feel like you're leaving people behind, and especially in communities of color, it feels like when you're successful and you're striving towards something, and the closer you get to it, you feel like you're leaving people you care about behind. But in reality, you're going somewhere they've never been, so you can come back and give them something they don't have. And when he told me that, I was like, damn, you're really right. And I had like a fear of like, okay, I'll succeed at this, but what am I going to lose in the process? And he brought it, he's like, that's not important. He's like, honestly, imagine you want your parents or your mom, whatever, your family, to brag on how successful you are, instead of just saying, yeah, he's doing fine, he's barely making it. Like, he's like, where are you going to be in the next 15 years? Sometimes you just got to really think about yourself. And yeah, that kind of struck a chord with me, because I've been battling with that for a while. But yeah, so I got my 6 classes. I'm good to go. Happy and excited. And my birthday's coming up, and I'm going to get paid, but I'm flat broke, because, man, I'm paying like $4,000 for these last 12 units. Like $4,200. This shit is ridiculous. I'm upset. But anyway, that's irrelevant, because next year, me and Pete will be at the Senior Bowl, the NFL PA Collegiate Bowl, the Combine, and the NFL Draft. Somehow, I don't know how, but it's going to happen, because I believe it, and I just said it. Yeah, Pete has a fucked up hairline. And the shirt finally fits today, so congrats, Pete. And no one can hear you because your mic's muted. Right, and this is what happens with... Oh, can I? Is that what an A-mic does? All right, cool. I'll think about it.
I'll just go over here to this other mic, idiot.
You're the one who has
All right, man.
to waste all your time.
All right, mute your own mic. Fuck.
I don't know which one it is again.
It's the first one. Mute your first mic.
I'm
Thank
obviously
you.
being
Thank you. The
facetious.
floor is mine. Shit.
Jackie's going last anyway.
All right, man. So
All right, never mind then.
pretty much, I gotta address something. First of all, I'm getting real sick and tired of people out there flexing your connections, man. Listen, I understand, especially in the media world, it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. And that's all cool. That's fine and dandy. I got it. I copy. I play the game. Sure. Now, when that's done behind the scenes, like, props to you, man. Good job. But for you to just go on social media and boast about it, it's like, are you really doing the work? Are you really being the person that you want to be? Or are you just pretending to be the person that you want to be? And this is something Stephen A. addressed with the whole Derek Carr beef he had a couple weeks ago that made ESPN content the machine that they are. Blah, blah, blah. We already talked about that. I don't agree with Stephen A. on a lot of things, but one thing I do agree with Stephen A. on is this. And what he said was basically, you know, besides can I have my money too, what he was saying is nowadays a lot of journalists, they want it handed to them. They want to be able to show, oh, I know this person, I know that person. But back in his day, and well, that day doesn't really exist, to be honest, because most of those papers got bought out and don't exist. But besides all that, point is, when he came up, it was about what was your reporting? What was your writing? What was your portfolio? What were you doing? What was your impact? You know, what did you do to change the beat? How did you make it your own? And it's like now people just want to do it to be famous. And it started out in the 80s, and people have talked about it, how in the 80s, journalism really became like a commercialized career where people would go into to be famous. But before that, it wasn't about that. And now with the social media age kind of expanding the reach, it's making it a whole nother different type of level to where it's like people are really just trying to flex industry connects instead of doing the work. And the worst part is you shit on other people with the capital J, but it's like, are you doing better work? Because I don't see it. And lastly, man, because let's be honest, I have plenty of industry ties, and you don't see me on here flexing. You don't, man, I wouldn't even take a picture of my idol because I have too much respect for him and I have too much respect for myself. That's just the way I came up. And lastly, man, I know I'm a dick, but it's all good.
You're a horrible person.
It's honestly true. Like honestly, like that's the thing. We talk about your impact. We talk about your legacy, man. And frankly, the people in my life, at least, and maybe it's not good for me to apply this standard to everyone else because everyone's not like me. Yeah, I got it. Took that comms class. Point is, for me, from my life experience, the people that I remember the most are the people who are the biggest dicks to me. Because honestly, it's not always about, oh, who was nice to you. It's about who pushed you, who made you better, who drove you. And like, yeah, I know for me, especially because I've gotten that so much, like, yeah, I don't always need that. Sometimes I do need a hug. Sometimes I do need support. But realistically, the stuff that makes me better, the stuff that I remember the most are straight up and honest. And sometimes that's what you need. And sometimes you need that from a real friend, because who else is going to give that to you? So that's all I want to say, man. Outside of that, fuck the Super Bowl. I'm getting really sick and tired of watching it. Me and all my coworkers have been talking about it. I'm even sick of talking about it, to be honest, because it's been talked about all week. So I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy that we're going to be here next week. We'll be able to talk about draft season. I'll be able to start preparing for the draft. And that's when the show really gets fun, because we get to talk to different people, talk to different fans. We get to actually give like real good analysis. Since, you know, we've been literally covering the draft since we were kids. Like literally since we were kids. And yeah, fuck Bleacher Report for taking my Ndamukong Suh angle, which I've been working since like week 8. All right, man. Are you gonna hop in here now? Because I'm just killing all my industry ties.
It's like, he's really gonna keep going.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of like when I was really
the curtain call.
It's kind of like when I was really drunk on the 100th episode and just spilling out like 75% of my feelings. And Jordan called and was like, "Bro, there's not gonna be
a liability."
Like, bro, it's over for you if you don't stop now. I was like,
he said you're hopeless.
Said you're hopeless. But I mean, hey, I can see some of your points when it comes to the whole cloud chasing things. There are some people that we went to school with, and there was just a mindset like, oh, I want to go get into journalism because I want to be famous. And it's like, bro, there's no money in that like that. Like if I wanted to be rich, I would be doing coding right now.
I think the biggest thing is,
which I should have really.
And I think the biggest thing is, and I think that's why we created this show, is just be yourself. Like really be yourself. And as corny as it sounds, like
we had Obi on last
be yourself.
week, bro.
Like we're here, like we're fucking around, like we're having fun. And like even the people we bring on are serious people. Like they have serious careers, like they're seriously passionate about things.
Jackie was mad serious, especially about tuning you up with a baseball bat. She had the softball gloves
But
ready.
the point is, like, have fun.
Yeah,
Have
like
fun with
318,
yourself.
wasn't it?
Like take your craft seriously, but like don't take it too seriously to where it's like you can't laugh at yourself, you can't make jokes. But yeah, take it serious to where you're not just fucking writing everyone else's success and who you know. Like,
don't be a serial.
You have to be
chaser.
more than that. You have to be more than that, because if that's all you are, then you're nothing. Like,
I definitely agree with you on that, but I will say that there's a lot of companies that will look at your
influence.
Yeah, if you're an influencer, see how many followers you have. So it kind of. I agree with you, because at the same time, I've always wanted to get into radio, and there's no money in radio.
Yeah.
Like people that work in radio don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm here right now, but at the same time, I'm not getting paid. I'm literally here because I love it, and I love your show at the same time. By the way, you're not a dick, because I've met plenty of dicks in my life, and you are far from that. You do keep it real. You're funny as hell, but you're not a dick.
Yeah.
So
it's because I wasn't condescending Pete today. He's a real problem.
Condescending Pete needs to go like take a cold shower and think about his life.
Nah, but for real,
Condescending Kenny, that's actually never mind.
Nah, for real though. I mean, I think the point is like it's cool to influence and like have followers and all that stuff, but like there should be a purpose behind it. Like you should know why you're doing it, and you should know what you're trying to push people to and what you stand for, because that's what people are buying into. If your influence is just that you know people, that's not really influence.
Right.
A lot of these Instagram people are just like, you're like popular in high school, but then like 9 years later we realize you were an abject failure.
Exactly. That's exactly what
like
I'm
some
saying.
of the people I went to high school with. You're trash in life now. I can call it out.
All right, man. Well,
some of y'all talk
we're
bad
on a
shit when I got
tangent, of
injured in
course.
high school, but you ain't looking too good now. Some of y'all got kids and child support payments.
But
I'm just over here looking at you like the disgusting pieces of trash you are. But anyway.
But yeah, man. Shout out to the stream. I don't even know who won the Laker game, Clipper game.
I think LeBron hit a buzzer beater. And they won.
But yeah, outside of that, man, thank you, Jackie, for shutting the show down with us. Thanks to the Good News radio station, as always. Shout out to the Good News Sport. Shout out to Courtside for sitting in with us. Shout out to the X Squad for supporting us, replaying us. Shout out to Full Press Coverage.
Shout out to Obi. That was a great episode last week on go-go culture and music. And I learned
that
a
was
lot.
honestly one of my favorite episodes.
Honestly,
that was honestly your best interview.
The best interviews and best episodes are when you weren't here.
It's
I'm
not.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Your intro was
You know
trash
I-
last
you know
week,
I'm
though.
joking. You
Your
know I'm
intro was trash. Go listen to your intro. Your intro was horrible.
My intro was me just
It was
playing it
horrible.
lighthearted.
Yeah, go listen to it.
No,
You'll be
because he
like,
had a tweet. No, he has a tweet saying he hates Mario Winans. And I was like, I hate Mario
No,
Winans
I'm
too.
saying go listen to yours, man, bro.
All right,
like,
cool. So what do we want to end this off with, man? Because this feels like a dry end.
Touchdowns and Tangents at TDs_Tangents on Instagram, Twitter. You know what it is. If you're listening to the podcast space, like it, share it, all the above. And
iTunes, Spotify, it's everywhere. You can find
make it to work on Monday.
I mean, yeah. But also, don't do anything stupid or illegal at these Super Bowl parties. But if you're clout chasing at
just play the music.
called?
You ain't got nothing witty this week.
Nah,
Save
I
it for the
forgot what it
title.
was called.
Save it for the title.
If you're clout chasing at a rooftop party, don't do cocaine. Or do it. I don't care.
Low hanging fruit, but okay. We'll end on that.
Cocaine is not low hanging fruit. It's more just really diluted and not really cocaine. It's pretty honest.
No. It's not the 80s.